We Real Reels. Welcome to We Real Reels, the monthly podcast where we review old movies to find out if they are as good as we remember or if they make you want a quick Christmas. I'm your host, Panda Brandon, and with me are my two half-brothers, the Grizzly Zay
Monkey Shoulder,
and the Polar Devin.
God damn it, yeah.
This podcast does contain spoilers and we'll be discussing the movie at length. This is a mature content podcast, so be prepared for harsh language and awkward situations. All sound clips, music, and trailers are only used for review purposes and belong to their respective owners. This podcast is also sponsored by The Collector's Comic Book Store, located in Lebanon, Tennessee, 205 South Maple Street, 37087.
Yeah.
And Shots and Squats Gym.
Woo-woo.
Follow both of those at The Collector's Toys and Shots and Squats on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
This podcast can also be supported by you. Follow the link in the description, and you can support us any way you can. All right, guys, how you guys feeling today?
Ooh, I'm feeling great, bro.
I'm feeling good. I mean, it's a little cold, but I feel good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got our hypothetical for this month. Let's see what you guys think about it. Would Chris, Ethan, and Isaac be able to survive Krampus?
Fuck no.
No.
Nope. No. I feel like the Isaac's the
Jew.
he would be the best option to survive, only because he was so fucked up on drugs that he wouldn't know what was going on. The other two would get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It took everything too serious.
Yeah. I'm thinking Isaac's the only one who could survive, but I think they would all die.
Now I feel like they'll get some random shots in, like hurt them a little bit, but then they're going to end up dying at the end.
No, listen, Jason Gordon Levitt's his character is dying quick. He's a coward in this movie.
It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, whoever the fuck that is.
No, that's not
Robin. Whatever his name is. The other guy, Captain America, he's on steroids, so he might last a little bit longer, but the drug dude is going to just dip. He's dipping on y'all 100%. He's going to hide somewhere that they can't find him.
I'm thinking Ethan would learn the lesson, learn the lesson of Christmas and probably end up saving the rest of the crew.
Okay, maybe. I mean, I don't know. The Krampus is a motherfucker.
Krampus.
Krampus is like Michael Myers of Christmas.
Krampus is a motherfucker.
He's going to beat your ass.
He might beat your ass.
He's going to fuck you up.
Well, let's find out what you guys have been doing this month and what you're going to do next month. In our first segment, what you been doing and what you going to do.
Hey, watch it, pal. What have you been doing? What are you gonna do, huh?
Let's start off with you, Grizz. What have you been doing this past month?
I ain't been doing nothing, bro. I've been trying to save up and go to this damn Vegas trip, and it's been going okay. If I can get my wife to stop spending random useless money on some bullshit. Then I think I'll be all right. But
What'd she buy you?
She ain't buy me nothing. She bought herself some bullshit. But yeah, if I can get that under control, which she's been better lately, I can go to Vegas happy because we have the plane tickets paid for. We have the place that we're gonna stay paid for. Now, the only thing we need is the hotel whenever we go to Phoenix, and then the rental car, and then Golden.
I feel like if you run out of money, though, you and Kay, vice versa, either one of y'all could show titties and get some money.
Damn.
Depending on where you are in Vegas.
I mean, there's enough prostitutes there that
Everybody
you might be able to make some money. Yeah, they do.
Are you going to the Sphere?
I'm going to the Sphere. I'm going to Area 15. I'm going everywhere I can go.
Can you give me some Raider shit from the stadium?
I can try to.
Money?
Yeah, if you give me some cash, I got you.
I'm not giving you cash. I'll give you I'll Venmo you some shit. If I give you cash, you're gonna spend it.
You get some cash, I'm gonna go to the casino and I'm gonna waste that shit.
I'm not. Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the Raider Stadium and I'm gonna take a selfie with your favorite player, and then I'm gonna have my middle finger up just like you just did to me. I'm gonna make some money.
Can you get my favorite player to do it too?
Yes, I can do that.
And then I'll post it on the canvas in my
gym.
Got you. Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm down.
But then, that's going on next week. I know I have a holiday party going on tomorrow. And then, Panda, you have one going on next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very next day, on Christmas Day, I take off to Vegas.
Santa shows up.
That's what I'm going to do. This past week, though, I ain't do nothing. But, the next update you guys hear, I should be great. It should be a great one. I'll let you guys know.
Guess we will. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Grizz. Polar, what have you been up to?
I've been coming out of the goddamn shadow realm and taking motherfucking souls on the disc golf courses. If you don't know what disc golf is, it's a grown man sport, which cowards only avoid, where we throw frisbees at fucking baskets. And we chop down fucking trees. And I have been coming out of the fucking shadow realm like Mortal Kombat 1 and taking fucking souls lately.
Shang Tsung.
I've been fucking people up left and right. I'll come out on a disc golf course and take fucking 6 vodka shots straight to make the standards even for all these cowards I play with. I've been fucking murdered. I'm like Ric Flair on the fucking course. I'm woo all over this motherfucker on these people's souls. And what's bad is I don't take it seriously. And they do. I don't practice. I'm like Allen Iverson. We talking about motherfucking practice. I don't practice shit.
Tell them about them gators you be wearing. It's hard to hold them suckers down.
It's a hard time holding these goddamn gators down. I show up on a private jet to these fucking disc golf courses. A private fucking jet. I come out of this motherfucking jet with gators, a Gucci suit, and I'll take the Gucci suit off and put on my cold gear because it's winter right now, and I fucking tear them up. And what I do is I lull them to sleep.
He styles them. He profiles them.
I'll bogey the first couple holes, and they're all going, "Oh shit, he's bogeying. He's lost his touch." And then I come out with a fucking vengeance once we get into the woods, and I fucking bare butt fuck rape them all.
Oh my god!
With my frisbees.
Jesus.
His nickname on the disc golf course is Deliverance.
No, my disc golf name, no fucking joke. They call me Jump Putt Jesus, and I jump putt Jesus my way to fucking victory every time, all day. But that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that. And then I ended up driving a dope-ass Iron Man fucking wrapped Camaro in a Christmas parade for Mr. Panda here. And Grizzly, you tried to keep up. You did.
Oh my
you were
God.
walking. We were trying to, help out. We did what we could. I was driving. I was trying to be slow.
You kept leaving me.
Well, you walk too slow, goddammit.
God
Listen
damn.
here. We're in a fucking 500 horsepower fucking American muscle car, goddammit. Okay? We can't slow down for your ass. You gotta put a little sprint in it. Put a little pep in your step, okay? You know what I'm saying? Okay? I did that. And then I've been fucking around playing some zombie games. I finished Spider-Man, which was amazing. Great game. If you haven't played Spider-Man 2 on PS4, PS5, whatever you are available with, great game. I've also been watching my fucking Texas Longhorns make their goddamn way to the playoff.
Hook 'em. Woo.
Hook 'em horns, baby. Go fuck yourselves. If you don't like it, fuck you, Florida State. Your team sucks. I also watched that. I watched my Orlando Magic be number 2 in the fucking Eastern Conference in the NBA. I watched Draymond Green choke a motherfucker out UFC style
Jesus.
on the floor and then punch another motherfucker.
Dude,
the other
we
day.
gotta talk about this, dude.
We don't
This
need to talk about it. We should
motherfucker
leave it alone because it's fucking criminal activity, and it happens on TV. But that happens, and then I just been hanging out, man, enjoying everything that's going on. I hate winter, so I've been trying to enjoy it as much as I can. Me and my little girl and the wife have been watching a bunch of Christmas movies, trying to get a Christmas movie in every day of December. So that's been good,
It's
going
good for
through
a
them. The
little
Grinch,
Polar. That's
Home
cool.
Alone, all of those. But yeah, that's about it, man. Just trying to prep for January 1st, where I'm gonna light some shit up. Some shit's going down January 1st, and you won't know about it until we do the next podcast. There you go.
Wow.
You like that promo?
Well, I appreciate that.
I tried to go
brother.
wrestling
Appreciate
style
that.
with it,
That is all right. Well, I haven't been doing much this past month. We had Thanksgiving at my house, and that was pretty cool. Having all the family around, all the bears gathered in, and that went great. We also had we went to see Thanksgiving, the movie. Me and Polar went to enjoy that. That was actually a pretty good movie, man.
movie
Good,
was dope,
good
dude.
slasher. I'm hoping they do another one next year.
That, in my opinion, I don't know about you. I know you're a big movie fan. That went into my horror holiday criteria. Like that was phenomenal.
Yeah, for today's time, it was a good movie for a good slasher, man. You don't have too many of those. But next was I was also in that parade. I was dressed as a Spider-Man. That was something, man. It was the first experience for me. I was super nervous. But having you guys there, it was awesome. It made it a great time. I'm glad I didn't have to do that alone. I was hanging out the window the whole time. We were just pretty much sitting in the window, just waving at this side, that side. While
I didn't realize that children and adults the like prefer Spider-Man over Santa. Holy shit.
Yes, it was a Christmas parade, but I was Spider-Man for my comic book shop. And dude, when I cut that corner, we were one of the last ones. So they had their fill of Santa and Grinches, and they were just done with it. And when Spider-Man cut that corner, dude, it erupted. Dude, the kids were going crazy. Wave, Spider-Man over here. This guy loves you, Spider-Man. And there was even kids out there wearing Spider-Man costumes.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, I did not expect that.
I saw Miles Morales a couple times. I saw a couple sets of titties. I mean,
I was pointing at people, doing the Spider-Man the Spider-Man hands, dude. They were loving it, and it was awesome. At one point, the parade stopped, and these kids come up to the car wanting to shake my hand. They started pulling on me, and I was like, Polar, you gotta keep going.
I panicked, bro.
You gotta keep going.
I didn't want to run them kids over. I was like, they were all around the car like a zombie apocalypse, bro. I was worried.
Then your ass took off, and then I tried to run and catch your
You
ass.
didn't run shit. You ran the whole time, bro. I saw you. I was looking at the rear view.
Luckily, we drove a Camaro and not a Mustang, so we didn't kill anybody in the crowd.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And so we kept going. We had a great time, dude. I felt like I upped a lot of spirits there. And it was good advertising for us, man. And we had a great time. I also had a small get-together for just setting up decorations for my annual Christmas party. And it was awesome, man. Everybody showed up. I was actually surprised that Polar showed up because, I don't.
Fuck you.
He don't show up to kind of stuff I just invite him to, but he showed up this time, and that was a welcome surprise. That was it for the last month. The next month would be January. We're talking about a refresh. I think next podcast, we're going to take a look back at the first year of our podcast because we'll be starting season 2 of We Real Reels in January. So I'm super excited about that. Woo. So we'll take a look back next month and we'll see how that goes.
Hey, speaking of your parade, did you hear anything about multiple arrests at that parade?
No.
I saw somebody was like, hey, I heard about a couple people getting arrested for drunk driving. The people who were driving the parade trucks that were hauling people got arrested for DUI.
Oh.
I was like, damn.
I did not know that.
That doesn't help when you have a dispensary truck passing out pre-rolls and gummies to everybody.
Yeah, that is very, very dangerous indeed.
Yep, 100%.
But we are going to move on, and we are going to get educated in our second segment with our Professor Polar.
School's in session. Time to learn, motherfuckers.
All right, I'm about to educate you motherfuckers on some drugs. This segment is all based on the movie that we're doing. The night before, Mr. Seth Rogen's wife gives him a certain Altoid case full of drugs, and I have picked out 4 to go over with you. The first, I like to name this segment Santa's Sack of Sleepers. That's what I called it. Nice. So first we're going to go over one of the drugs that she had in the case was magic mushrooms, or as some of you might know as psilocybin. So I'm going to go over some simple things. Mushrooms come in over 200 varieties and have a wide range of different effects on the consumer. Some mushrooms are good for cooking and are great for health purposes. Psychedelic mushrooms are on a different spectrum and can be used and experienced in different ways. The ways you can experience those psychedelic mushrooms is you can microdose them in a usually about a half a gram experience, and it's usually about the equivalent to maybe Adderall. You get an experience where you're a little more attention, driven. You're locked in. You're nothing crazy. You can also go into, a gram, 2 grams, where you might see some things. Everybody tells you mushrooms are, I'm going to see some shit. There's a certain limit. Personal experience, I've done 1 or 2 grams, and you'll see some things, but it's nothing crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you about what Mr. Seth Rogen had in that Altoid case, which was estimated to be 4 to 5 grams, which is considered to be a megadose. A full-blown trip. And what happens when you do that is pretty much start to see sounds, hear colors, and completely hallucinate. You're fucked. You're going to start seeing all kinds of crazy shit. you're fucked. If you do 4 to 5 grams, you're out of your motherfucking mind. You're done. I mean, 4 to 5 grams is an insane amount of mushrooms, especially for a first-time goer. So I'm going to tell you some stories that I've heard about from some people that I don't know. So we're just going to go with Jane Doe and John Doe.
Okay.
So one of the stories I'll go with was John Doe. He took 4 grams his first time, and his Christmas tree tried to eat him. That is a personal fucking story. His Christmas tree tried to fucking eat him. He hasn't done mushrooms since. Another one was some high school students who decided to do more than what they should, who didn't understand mushrooms. And I will tell you, one of them decided to talk to the grill because it looked like the Hamburglar. The other one was talking to a fence post. Mushrooms will fuck you up. But if you do the right amount, you're okay. I personally have done mushrooms before, and I will tell you that the only experience I had was my neighbor looked like a oil painting. Like if you watch Beauty and the Beast and you see those oil paintings on the wall, he transformed into one of those. Some shit went wild, and I was paranoid as fuck. The fire looked weird. Everything was awkward, and I went to fuck to sleep. So that's what happened to me. Overdoses throughout the years for mushrooms. 0. You can't overdose on mushrooms to this point in history. There's no possible way to do so. So that's irrelevant. Some fun facts. Most magic mushrooms have psilocybin as its main hallucinogen, but there are also other psychedelic fungi with different compounds. Ancient humans used mushrooms for religious and spiritual purposes. Some modern users report similar experiences. Magic mushrooms are not addictive and may help treat various mental health issues such as nicotine addiction, anxiety, OCD, headaches, and PTSD. One of the fun facts about that is there's actually a company who is treating PTSD to this day with military people with psychedelics. And what happens is you go through 3 treatments where they put you on a high 4 to 5 milligram dose of fucking psilocybin, and you relive your trauma and you deal with it with a guide. And those 3 trips will make you relive that trauma and figure out what your true cause is, and you come out of that better, which is cool. I think that's cool. The next one is cocaine. Cocaine. Everybody knows cocaine, right? Right? You all know cocaine. Cocaine is highly addictive and naturally occurring anesthetic or pain blocker. You all know it from Coca-Cola used it in their recipe back in the day, which not a lot of people know about, but it was part of Coca-Cola's original recipe. It is extracted from leaves in the Andean highlands of South America. It is also a powerful stimulant. It is the most powerful stimulant known to mankind. The most powerful. So you think about that stimulant-wise. You think about your energy drinks, your Red Bulls, and your things like that. If they were to drop cocaine in those, it would be on another level. So a story for you. In 1884, Carl Kohler, an Australian ophthalmologist, was the first to use cocaine as an anesthetic during eye surgery. So he used it as a pain medicine during eye surgery. It was also, after that point, used and was the most popular anesthetic throughout the 20th century. So instead of going through morphine or things like that, they were using cocaine to dope you up during surgery, which is wild. Fun facts. Cocaine can be smoked, injected, or snorted. Crack is a type of cocaine. Long-term cocaine use increases the risk of heart disease. Cocaine can make changes in the structure of your brain. Overdoses per year, 82,998 last year for cocaine, which I assume a lot of that is fentanyl.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
It didn't give doses of like, hey, was fentanyl involved? It just said that was the overdose rate for 2022.
Okay.
So that's your rate. So the next one, ecstasy. Ecstasy, also commonly known in slang terms as Molly or MDMA, which I did not know. I did not know Molly and ecstasy were the same thing. I had no clue. I thought there were 2 separate things.
Oh, I didn't either.
Those are the same. MDMA is the same thing. It is a synthetic drug known primarily for its hallucinogenic and stimulant effects. It's known to impart feelings of increased energy, pleasure, emotional warmth, and distorted sensory and time perception. So you can travel time with this shit. Story. Doctors from London University have revealed details of what they believe is the largest amount of ecstasy ever consumed by a single person. This is going to blow your fucking mind. Consultants from the Addiction Center of St. George's Medical School, London, have published a case report of a British man estimated to have taken around 40,000 pills. 40,000 ecstasy pills. Holy shit. How many of those do you have to take a fucking day to get to 40,000? He took 40,000 pills of MDMA to act with the active ingredient of ecstasy over 9 years. So 40,000 pills in 9 years. That's insane. The heaviest previous lifetime intake on record is 2,000 pills. He took 40,000 in 9 years. Okay? Pretty much, he's brain dead at this point. He's 37 years old. He suffers from all kinds of health side effects, including extreme memory problems, paranoia, hallucinations, and depression. He also suffers from painful muscle rigidity. I'm assuming that's where he has muscle spasms.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I thought you were about to say rigor mortis. I was like, damn, is he dead?
Sounds about the same. Is he dead? He probably dies and then comes back to life at the same time. As much shit as he got in him. Fun facts. Molly and ecstasy are different forms of the drug MDMA. I didn't know that. They're the same, but they're different forms. MDMA acts as a stimulant and a hallucinogenic. It is typically used in social settings like raves and dance clubs. So if you go to a club or a rave, there's probably a shit ton of people on MDMA or ecstasy.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, the drug floods the brain with neurotransmitters, serotonin, epinephrine, and dopamine, making you feel full of energy. So it's pretty much falsely filling you full of a feeling that you wouldn't otherwise feel. Molly is considered the pure form of MDMA. It is believed that no adulterants are added to the drug since it is a white powder and different color strands can be detected. However, this claim is false. So you can put fentanyl in MDMA, which a lot of people were saying you couldn't, and that a lot of people have died with that false claim. So I do want to put that in there. Overdoses, there are more than 75,000 overdoses in 2022 due to synthetic opioids. There is no number breakdown on if that is MDMA, fentanyl. They don't break it down. They're just saying they just consider all overdoses with the synthetics in the same class. So 75,000.
Who are they?
The Drug Administration. It'd be FDA, whoever controls all that.
Okay.
The next one we're going to go into, I'm sorry, I'm taking probably too long, but the next one I'm going to is marijuana. Pot, Mary Jane, wacky weed, the devil's lettuce. That's another one that he had in his little Altoids container. This is my favorite. Marijuana is a mind-altering psychoactive drug which may contain two variations, sativa and indica, which are the two main two. There's others, but those are the two main two. Usually sativa is more of an energy kind of based. You get more energy out of it. Indica, a lot of people say, couch. You're falling the fuck asleep. It's going to make you sleepy. THC is usually what, is the derivative, believed to be the main ingredient that produces the psychoactive effect. Approximately 9% of people who try marijuana become addicted to it. So 9%. That's not that big of a deal. Marijuana contains more than 100 substances called cannabinoids. A lot of people don't know that shit. Marijuana consumption orally is 10 to 16 times more psychoactive than smoking it. So if you eat an edible, it's a different fucking ballgame. Smoking it is different. Eating it, when it processes through your liver, changes the game. You might get fucked up. Some stories. There was a stranger that I read about on the 4th of July one year who ate too much of the edible form of marijuana and sat for 45 minutes trying to open a bag of Cheetos and never did so.
Oh, man. I think I know that stranger.
They never opened the bag of Cheetos, and they have never performed the oral version of marijuana again.
Oh, my God.
That's one of them.
I think I've heard this one.
Have you heard that one?
Yeah. I know that guy.
Who was it?
I was there.
Who was it?
It was me.
It was you. It was you. You sat for 45 fucking minutes trying to open a bag of Cheetos that you never successfully opened and ate. And that was your first experience.
And I was freaking out because my mother Grizzly was 2 feet from me, just looking at me for 45 minutes.
We walked in multiple times and looked at you, and you were in the same position, so we were like, he's okay.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
Another story, so not to just bash on you, but there was another story of a random stranger who ate an edible gummy and decided to go and weed eat his 3-acre property with no weed eater string. So he weed eated 3 acres with no weed eater string.
Just to be clear, this was not Panda. Okay.
Not Panda. It was not Panda. Another story. One time, a stranger ate the edible gummy and decided that he was going to sit on his porch for 45 minutes and figure out how to determine whether or not he had sunglasses on without taking the sunglasses off. So after 45 minutes, decided to walk across the street a quarter acre away and look into the pond at his own reflection to discover he was right. He did have sunglasses on.
Oh, man, I think I know all the people.
You might know them all. I don't know. I'm going to give you some more stories here, though.
Okay.
There's another story where a grown-ass adult ate a gummy and teleported in real life. Like Dragon Ball Z fucking teleported.
Instant transmission.
Instant. 1 minute, he blinked, and he was here. The next minute he blinked, he was there. He also was out of his own goddamn body, watching himself have a conversation with another person. It's wild. But also, there's another story of a disc golfer. I don't know where the story comes from, because I don't know who in this room plays disc golf. But he ate too much gummy and went to the disc golf store where they have a lot of strobe lights and flashing lights and music and things. And he ended up eating too much gummy and ended up spending $230 on disc golf shit that he didn't want because he was so freaked out by the flashing lights, he just handed that shit to his panda wife or polar wife or grizzly wife. We're not, any wife, whatever. And she ended up buying the shit because she had no clue what was going on. And he went and sat in the car. Man. So there you go. Fun facts about weed. Weed was legalized in 25 states as of November 30th, 2023. About half the country, almost. The word canvas is related to the word cannabis. Historically, canvases were made of hemp. A lot of people don't know that. In the United States, about 750,000 people are arrested each year for marijuana offenses. However, not all arrestees lead to prison time, and less than 1% of inmates in state and federal prisons are in for God damn it, son of a bitch. I'm fucking high right now. Fuck me. Possession alone. Did you get that? God damn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fuck me. Scientists have found that a marijuana compound can freeze and stop the spread of some types of aggressive cancer. That's a good one. I like that. Bob Marley was buried with his Bible, his guitar, and a bud of marijuana.
Ooh, nice.
A lot of people don't know that. Overdoses from marijuana. This one's going to shock the fuck out of you. None.
0.
To overdose on marijuana, and this is an estimate, this was a hypothetical test done, you would need to consume 40,000 joints, which is the equivalent to 1,500 pounds of goddamn marijuana in a 24-hour period to overdose. And that's a hypothetical. No one can do that. But that's what they're saying you would need to do. And that is from addictionresource.net. So that is a literal source where they're saying, hey, you can't fucking die from this shit. It's nonsense. It's bullshit. No one has ever died from the pure consumption of the devil's lettuce. And that's where I'm going with this. Those drugs, you'll see this movie. He has a good time, but he doesn't die. Thank you all.
Hey, that was all right.
That was nice.
Very informational. I learned a lot about drugs off that one.
Well, you got to do them, those stories. You got to do them every now and then. You got to do some drugs to know about drugs.
Or just watch
Not
people
that any of us have done any drugs. But you got to do them.
We don't encourage doing drugs on this show,
Never.
so
we like SpaghettiOs and ramen. Don't do drugs.
And now we're going to slip on into Grizzly's Anime in Arms.
It's over 9,000.
What up, guys? Hey, so I'm not going to be talking too long about this. I'm trying to cut down on these, a lot of these things. So I'm going to start with my gun for this podcast, okay? This is going to be the most famous gun, I believe, in the whole world. It's not a actual firearm. It is a BB gun. This is the Daisy Red Ryder lever action BB gun from the most famous Christmas movie we've ever seen, guys.
This is the Christmas episode. That is very appropriate.
I thought you were going to say the Needler from Halo.
Oh, no, it's not going to be that.
Damn it.
Well, this BB gun was designed to shoot up to 30 feet. It has a gravity-fed magazine. It holds up to 650 BBs, which that's a whole bunch, guys. It's almost 1,000. 650. I think it used to be 1,000 back in the 50s when this famous movie came out. If you don't know the movie, it's a Christmas Story because people might shoot their eye out. There's so many of these damn reviews about how much you try out? How much you try out? So I'm going to try not to make that joke, okay?
Okay.
All right. So this BB gun shoots up to 350 feet per second. The Red Ryder is named after the comic strip character Red Ryder, who was created in 1938. The character appeared in many films in the 1940s and 50s. That's why it was so popular in the Christmas Story. And on television in 1956. The Red Ryder was a huge success when it first sold for $2.95.
Dang. How much is it today?
Shit.
Today, you can catch it for $30 to $50.
Wow. $2 to $30 to $50.
And I think if you have the one from 1950, because it's a different version than the one we have now, you can sell it for thousands of dollars.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure the
Thousands of
version
dollars.
that we grew up with, it was it was the same gun, but it didn't hold no damn. It didn't hold the same type of bullets, right? It was like you put one in and you pump it and then you shoot, right?
No,
it wasn't like
that wasn't a Daisy.
Yeah.
I think it was a Daisy brand, but it wasn't the same. Like
I mean, Daisy, they do make different.
Wild.
They do make different
wasn't
ones,
the Red Ryder.
but it wasn't the Red Ryder. The Red Ryder, you put 1,000 in there, you have 1,000 little BB things. Little
If anybody
injector
listening can give us one of those or let us shoot one of them, I got a bunch of blackbirds at the house I need to take out.
I would love to
That
have
would
it.
help.
Yes, but at that time in 1956, production stopped. It's not 1956. It stopped in 1946 because it was manufacturing materials for World War II. The Red Ryder is now in production, and it is the world's most famous BB gun. And I've seen reviews where it's like I was looking at the country. It was Mexico. It was South America. It was China.
Did they
it
ever
was
get
everywhere.
into like real guns? Red Ryder?
They've never got into real guns. I think
I didn't know if
the
it's
one
just
that I
they
seen
stopped.
was air rifles at this moment, which air rifles are. I've seen videos of air rifles taking down deer.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
that's what they use in the Florida Everglades to take out the iguanas
Yeah.
and the anacondas. They
So,
use air rifles.
If you ever see an YouTube video of people like killing rats, that's what they use as air rifles.
I
They
use poison.
mess things up. It has taught generations on how to shoot and how to do gun safety. As long as you don't shoot your eye out, guys.
You said
Yeah, damn it, I did it, son of a bitch. But that's my gun review, guys. I think I love
That's a good one.
the Red Ryder
Yeah.
one. I love Christmas, and I'm gonna give this one Perfect Bear Claw of 5.
Wow, the
Do you
perfect
have
BB gun.
A Red Ryder?
Perfect BB
BB gun.
gun. I do not. I've always wanted one,
You
but
need to
my
buy
mom
one now.
always said,
Ask Santa for one.
What'd she
Ask
say?
Santa.
What'd your mama say?
"Nigga, we too broke for that shit."
Also lived in downtown. You was in downtown Nashville. Ain't no fucking way you be out there with a damn Red Ryder fucking BB gun. Them motherfuckers, yeah, hell no. But you should ask Santa for one
I should.
tonight. Put out some cookies and some eggnog, and Santa will bring you one. If you put out beef jerky and beer, I might bring you one.
Put out some edibles and alcohol, and we'll see.
I do not consume edible drugs. Those were all stories from the internet.
I did not sleep with that woman.
But guys, this next one I've recently found because I did not think that the Japanese culture celebrated Christmas, but they always surprise me, man. This
How about
one,
that?
Super racist.
this one is great. It is called The Tokyo Godfathers,
Okay.
Oh, God.
and this one, middle-aged alcoholic named Jin, teenage runaway Mayuki, and a former drag queen named Hannah are a trio of homeless people surviving as a makeshift family on the streets of Tokyo. Rummaging around in the trash on Christmas Eve, they stumble upon an abandoned newborn baby.
Is this a Bible story?
No, this is a
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
story.
Go ahead.
In this trash heap, with a note that says, "Take care of this baby." With only a handful of clues to identify this baby, the three misfits search the streets of Tokyo and try to return the baby to the parents. None of them know how to take care of a baby, except for Jin, who used to have one. But this story follows them as they try to return the baby to their parents. But this baby, man, it fucking cries all goddamn night. The whole time this movie's going on, this damn baby's crying because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Jen thinks he knows, but it's been so long since he had this baby.
Baby crying. Baby crying. That's all I can think about when you said that.
So the whole time they had this baby, Jen is trying to figure out how to be another dad for this baby again. Now, Hannah is a transsexual who always wanted to be a mother, so he or she, I don't know what you guys recommend, wants to keep this baby, but immediately Jen wants to take it to the cops But what cops will believe 3 homeless people actually found a baby in the trash on Christmas Eve?
I feel like a lot of cops would believe that.
I don't know if a whole bunch of cops will believe that.
They
Not in
just be
America.
Like, fuck that baby. We don't believe you. You can have it.
No,
They
I
would
think,
take the baby, right?
I think they'll probably prosecute the homeless people
Yeah.
for kidnapping or
But
something.
they would
Yes,
take
exactly.
the baby, and the baby would get a good life.
That's what I think that would have happened, because
Listen,
every time they found the cop, they would be like, are you the mother of this child? And they'd be like, yes. And I feel like if they ever said no, they'd be like, well, okay, what's going on? And so like they never had an opportunity to
They were asking
actually
the
talk to
dudes,
a
are you
cop.
the mother of this child?
They was asking the middle one is Mayuki, and she's
she's
a
a girl,
teen.
okay.
Yeah, she's a girl.
Gotcha.
But this movie was made in 2003, and the box office movie, it made $850,000 in 2003 as an anime. Anime wasn't that popular in 2003, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, in America.
In America?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so that's
very
not. It's not too
impressive.
bad. Yeah,
Touche.
I don't think that's too bad for an
I
anime.
didn't see it. I didn't know shit about it.
In perspective, okay, Dragon Ball Z, the anime,
Oh, okay.
was it God of Destruction? Made over 15 million.
I mean, Dragon Ball Z is the most well-known
Yes,
anime
it
ever.
is.
But I thought you were going to compare it to
But-
the movie, and I was like, don't do it.
But compared to 2003, where nobody had like
Yeah, it's pretty good.
knowledge of
Yeah,
anime, I think
very
that's
good.
pretty good. But I think it was pretty funny because Hannah wanted to be a mom, and Japanese people don't give a fuck. So all the way through the movie, I think you need to bleep this.
Well, don't say it if you need to believe it. What do you mean? What are you about to say?
The whole movie, Jen was calling Hannah.
Is that the transgender one?
That's
or
the transgender one.
that's fair.
Yeah. So like they didn't care about being canceled.
It's not appropriate.
So like the other,
It's mean, right? You know?
yeah, it's mean.
It's
It's
mean.
mean as fuck.
It's true, but it's mean.
But back in 2003, Japanese people didn't give a fuck about calling people.
I mean, up until about 2015, no one gave a fuck. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Now, I think I believe we should bleep this because motherfuckers will cancel us.
We shouldn't believe it. We should just roll with it.
I mean, I don't give a fuck if anybody fucking cares about it. But I'm just saying.
The people who are going to care about what you just said are the same people who are protesting on the streets of L.A. for a ceasefire in Israel and Gaza. How the fuck is you protesting in the streets of L.A. have anything to do with another country's problems? Those are the same people, so keep going.
But at least 4 or 5 times, Jen called Hannah.
Yeah.
And also, the other nickname
say that.
was the homeless homo.
Oh, damn, that's a good one. I like that. That rhymes. That's a good one. I'm going to use that.
But after that, man, like she he, whatever, they took it well.
He, she, they, it.
Yeah. They took it well. But like I said, the Japanese people didn't care about being canceled in 2003, which I love. But I think this is a great Christmas story because from mob bosses being killed to running from the police, from getting beat up by teen thug. With all this, there's still like some type of Christmas miracles that happens in this movie. And there's a great twist at the end. I'm not going to give it away, but it is on Tubi. It is, sadly, English subbed, not dubbed.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Hold on.
I mean, subtitled. That's the last conversation
okay.
that
Dub
we
means
had
they
about
actually
this.
come over with
Yes.
English voice. Okay,
Yes,
my bad. I'm
yes.
sorry.
But I would
didn't know
definitely
that.
recommend this to the casual anime person because it's so much hijinks. Just like in the movie that we're going to review, there's so much stuff that they have to go through. This one, at the end, you're happy that they went through everything because it helps them move up in the world so they're not homeless anymore.
I did watch it myself, and I thought it was pretty good, man. The trans guy wasn't overbearing.
Yeah, it wasn't overbearing.
He played his character perfectly. You know, he wanted to be a woman, and that's what he was. He
So
wasn't
he
announcing.
wasn't a Disney character?
Yeah,
Where
he
was
wasn't-
like trying to shove it on you?
Yeah, he wasn't
Yeah.
trying to shove it in your face. He was who he was. And the homeless guy, he had a good backstory. He had that daughter that he lost, so he was trying to make up for it with his new baby. I really enjoyed it. How many bear claws do you give that one, Grizzly?
4.
A 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. I think I like this. I would watch this every year if I'm going to watch an anime movie because this is a movie. It's not a series. This is a nice
three.
one.
Good Christmas anime.
Don't be giving my shit nothing.
I'm giving it three.
Goddamn.
3 bear claws.
Well, thank you for that, Grizz. And now we'll move on to our movie review. But before we do, you know we always enjoy an adult beverage. And this time, Grizzly provided us with Monkey Shoulder. It is a brand of Scotch whiskey produced by William Grant and Sons in Scotland. Monkey Shoulder is a blended malt whiskey, one of the small number of whiskeys in this style. As of 2023, Monkey Shoulder is the world's third best-selling brand of Scotch whiskey, trailing Johnny Walker and the Macallan. Monkey Shoulder was introduced in 2003 as a brand of blended malt whiskey, formerly called vatted malt whiskey, primarily for mixing, occupying a middle ground between blended Scotch, which can contain grain whiskey, and single malt whiskey, which cannot. Originally a blend from the Belvini, Glenfiddich, and Genevieve distilleries, its current composition is not publicly known, although its constituent malt whiskies originate from the Speyside region. The name refers to a repetitive strain injury that distillery workers once commonly were afflicted with after long shifts of turning malt by hand. You get monkey shoulder if you turn malt by hand, guys.
Nice. Good. Let's pour some up, guys.
Well, let's get into our review of The Night Before.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the borough the children were snuggled, their presents wrapped thorough. But this tale's not about presents, or Santa, or ponies. It's about 3 dudes, 3 bros, 3 ride-or-die homies.
Gentlemen, 14 years ago to this very night, I lost my parents. You guys have been with me every single Christmas since then. You knew. But tonight, we have decided to end this tradition. Chris is just too famous to hang out with us anymore. And Isaac's about to have a baby.
You have been such a rock throughout this whole pregnancy. Tonight, just focus on yourself.
Whoa, shrooms? Is this cocaine? You haven't done cocaine for 11 years, I don't think.
Yeah, no one has, I don't think.
Holy.
I have a present for you. We're going to the best Christmas party in New York City. So that gives us several hours to hit as many traditions as possible. To the end of an era.
I think the cocaine and the mushrooms are reacting poorly.
You look insane. Only your right eye is working.
Do I look weird now?
Yes, you look weird. Still weird. Weirder.
You guys missed her singing Miley Cyrus. She destroyed Wrecking Ball.
You still like that song?
Everybody does.
You can cry to it. You can run to it. Yeah. You can party to it.
Timeless! I'm gonna be honest. I'm freaking out about having the baby. I'm supposed to be a rock, but I'm not a rock!
How wasted are you right now?
Hallelujah!
Not that kind of church.
No. Who's that guy?
What guy?
The guy on the cross.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Is that what they think we did to him?
Yeah.
Can they tell I'm Jewish?
Yes. Your sweater. Don't you dare throw up in here. Swallow it like a girl would.
I need a barf bag.
No barf bag. Is it still happening?
It's still happening a little.
We did not kill Jesus! We did not do that!
Just by that trailer, this movie is fucking hilarious.
That's
man.
funny as hell, bro.
And then all the funny parts are not in the trailer.
No, that's what I used to love about early 2000s movies.
Well, also,
mid 2000
you
movies.
couldn't make this movie today.
Yeah,
That movie would not fucking make it.
Where to watch this movie? You can watch this on Tubi right now, or you can buy it on digital or physical. It is rated R, and is directed by Jonathan Levine, who also did All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, The Whackness, 50-50, Warm Bodies, Snatched, and Long Shot. You guys seen any of those?
I've only seen Warm Bodies.
50-50 is the one with Jason Gordon-Levitt and
And he has cancer.
Right?
Yeah,
That's a sad one. It's a good one. It's a very good one.
I seen the Warm Bodies one with the zombies coming back to
That
life.
was a different take on it. Yeah, like
that was
if zombies just got love, they would be cured of it.
That was a good one.
But
I like
yeah.
this. I mean, he did. This is a good.
Mm-hmm,
I feel like the times have changed, and if he were to continue making movies like this, it would be great. But you couldn't make this movie today. This is a Tropic Thunder type movie. You're not making this movie today.
Well, it's starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, Lizzie Kaplan, Gillian Bell, Mindy Kaling, and Michael Shannon. This movie came out on November 16th, 2015. Other movies that came out in November of 2015 include the Peanuts movie, Room, My All-American, Heist, The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2, Legend, Victor Frankenstein, The Good Dinosaur, and Creed.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Two good ones to end on.
Got so excited about that one.
Birthday.
That's right.
This
November 16th. How about that?
Birthday.
So I'm gonna bring this up. Is that that movie, the Mockingjay? What is it?
Yeah, Hunger Games, the Mockingjay Part 2.
That was the last movie I seen with Bradley. Yeah.
Rest his soul.
Rest his soul.
Terrible movie.
That's another panda. Another panda we lost.
It was great.
It
was great. And, like now, I think I like that.
If you go rewatch them, you're like, damn, those are good.
Exactly.
At the time, you were like, fuck these movies.
Which I was like, bro, you into this shit? And he was like, bro, just sit there and fucking watch them. I was like, okay, I'll sit here and watch them.
You rewatch that whole series. That's a good movie series.
All right, I didn't know you watched those.
Yeah, I watched them because of him.
The Peanuts movie, I actually took my grandparents to see. It was one of the last movies I got to see with them in theaters. And then Room. Have any of y'all seen Room?
Is that the one where they're locked in that like safe room?
Not really.
No?
I mean, it's not a safe room. This is you might be talking about Panic Room.
That's what I'm thinking of.
This one's Brie Larson, and she actually got an award for this one, I believe. But she plays a kidnap victim who got kidnapped when she was like 13 or 14, and by her kidnapper, and he would come in and rape her every now and then. She ended up getting pregnant and having a kid, and she lived inside this room for like all her life, her adult life for sure. But she ends up, her and her kid end up making a plan to escape, and they end up getting out, and then it's all about, well, the last part of the movie is about them trying to get back into society.
Well, this is a true movie, like true events, right?
I mean,
somebody actually did that.
Not Brie Larson. No.
They did do that. No, not to Brie. not to Brie Larson.
No. I would
I don't think
Brie
this
Larson, but I wouldn't kidnap her.
I don't think this is based off a true story, but this did happen to somebody. You know, they were kidnapped and being like raped and raised in the backyard of somebody's shed. But I think this was a different story. I don't think it was.
Well, I definitely know I love Legend.
What about Victor Frankenstein?
What's Legend?
I don't know what Legend. What Legend?
Legend is the one with. Hold on, I forget his name. Sorry,
I am Legend.
I'm sorry.
Smith
it's not that one.
Zombies.
What's his name? The guy that played Bane in Batman.
Oh fuck, that's where.
He
Hardy?
played. Tom Hardy. He played the twins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was okay.
It had some funny moments, but it was a terrible fucking movie. Let's be honest.
I liked it, bro.
He had some funny fucking moments where his accent made the comments funnier than they were.
Victor Frankenstein with Thomas Jane as Frankenstein.
I don't remember that.
And he was like a modern day hero or something. He was like the undead stopping the vampires or something. I don't know.
I think I didn't see that one on purpose.
The Good Dinosaur from Disney.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good one.
And then obviously Creed.
Creed is a good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Creed is an iconic.
Well,
I don't like boxing movies. That one made me start liking boxing movies.
Well, The Night Before made $52.4 million on a $25 million budget.
That's good.
Let's get into that plot, fellas. Ethan, Isaac, and Chris have been friends since childhood, and for a decade, their yearly Christmas Eve reunion has been an annual night of debauchery and hilarity. Now that they're entering adulthood, the tradition is ending. And to make it as memorable as possible, they set out to find the Nutcracker Ball, the holy grail of Christmas parties. I wish we had a party like that to go to.
Yeah, I would love to go to these type of parties, bro.
Crackers Ball.
But we ain't got nothing like this in fucking Tennessee.
I wouldn't like to go if we had to go to New York for this shit. Fuck all them people.
I would like to go to New York for like a Christmas time to see the Rockefeller tree and just go see the hotel from Home Alone and just walk around.
But I wouldn't want to just like try and explore back alleys and find all this back alley bullshit. Fuck that. Not New York. Hell no.
Well, we start off with a story-like narration of Ethan's parents dying in a car accident. And so his friends try to cheer him up, and it ends up becoming a tradition for them to, find the best parties on Christmas Eve. And then they discover there was a party called the Nutcracker's Ball. So they spent the next few years trying to find invitations, but to no avail. They kind of gave up.
Do you think there's a party like this in Nashville?
I believe there is, but I think that the party that happens in Nashville, there's a EDM, electric dance music guy that comes here and he does all type of raves that do like a.
Are you making shit up?
No, this is true. This is
like
a suds, like a soap suds party on New Year's Eve, and he makes a shit ton of money. Yes, this is Christmas.
You said New Year's Eve.
I did. I'm sorry. This is Christmas.
Well, you're going to Vegas for Christmas, right?
Oh yeah.
Can you find one of these?
I can try to.
Do it.
Definitely will. Hopefully, I'll be able to party hard and make some money prostituting my penis, my grizzly penis, to people that want it. We'll see.
You should not advertise that on the radio.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah, cut that out. Oh, he's getting arrested. That's illegal. You can't do that legally. Yeah, that's not.
Anybody in Vegas listen to me? Hey.
Nope.
Call Grizzly, bro. I got
you.
No,
we got to cut out those offers and the F.
Women only. Women only.
Well, at present day, Ethan is working as a servant dressed as an elf, with the stereotypical manager being just a dickhead about the whole damn thing. Like, why is that in every job? That was the same thing in Child's Play. The manager is just always a jerk.
Yeah, they're just bitches for no fucking reason. They're just assholes.
I guess trying to make relatable characters. You know,
nobody tell you as a human being in America that you shouldn't hold a fucking normal job because your bosses are going to be cunts no matter what. And that's not the case.
Well, he's an elf and he's working like serving, I don't know, hors d'oeuvres.
That's what it looked like
for the guests.
It's above our pay grade.
And he decides to take them back, and the boss is a jerk about it. You don't get to make executive decisions like that. So he sends him to work the coats instead. You're gonna work the coats. You take people's coats, hang them up. That's what you do. So the guest comes in, they give him the coat, he hangs them up. Well, while he's doing this, he notices bright red cards in the coat of one of his guests, and they turn out to be invitations to the Nutcracker's ball.
And that guest also with the coats was a cunt.
Yeah,
the guy who gave him the coats was just a pure asshole. It's like, damn it, dude, why's everybody being assholes? It's fucking Christmas time.
I guess it makes it seem like it's okay to steal from him, since everybody's being a dick. It's okay for him to take these invitations.
Maybe I'd steal from them even if they weren't. But
I mean, this was the party that they've been looking for so long, and he finally got invitations to it. So he got them. He's ready to take it.
He's a good looking elf, though. He fits the he's a good looking elf.
Yeah, I mean the manager was telling him to do the elf face. How's the elf face go? He's smiling and shit.
Yeah.
He said, "Keep that.
You gotta be a bitch."
He's like, "How old are you?" 33. And he's like, yeah.
He laughed at him and everything.
Yeah, it's just terrible. So he ends up finding those invitations, and he immediately quits his job.
Quits his fucking job.
He quits right then and there.
What's funny, too, though, is the cunt who gave him the coat was like, this is very expensive. And he just throws that shit on the fucking ground. Fuck that guy. I'd do the same thing. I'd shit on that goddamn coat. Fuck him.
Yeah, damn.
I'd piss on it. I don't give a fuck. Whatever's available to empty the tank. Fuck that dude, man.
Okay, well, he runs, and he ends up calling the number on the invitations. And it tells him that they'll give out the location for the party at so-and-so o'clock. And so he's super excited. We get this little montage of him getting ready for, I guess, his meeting with his two old friends.
Mm-hmm. But then he's like reminiscing in his past to be like, his parents had died, and then his ex-girlfriend had left him, and so he's...
Yeah, but here's what I don't understand is he's checking coats at a fucking restaurant. His apartment is literally $1 million fucking apartment, bro. He is living in a fucking penthouse suite somewhere. Where's his money coming from?
It's probably already paid for because his parents paid for it before
they died.
Like when they died, yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, my parents died.
Possibly.
They paid for my shit.
Possibly. Well, next we see Chris, and he's in the bathroom injecting himself with what I believe to be steroids.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He getting some of that pump juice, baby.
And he goes outside to meet and greet fans, so we are to believe that Chris is some kind of famous athlete, I suppose. Mm-hmm. And then we turn to Isaac, who is talking with two little twins.
From The Shining.
Yeah, he says they're from The Shining. And I was like, what is that? And
well, they also establish in this part that he's Jewish, which...
Yeah, he's like, I'm Jewish. And they're like, is that why you look so weird?
Yeah, that's where this movie would not work in today's time. That comment alone is too much.
For people to handle.
Yeah.
Well, his Isaac's wife is freaking out about talking to kids. Well, actually, Isaac is freaking about talking to kids. But she's like, he does so well. You know, you do so good talking to kids. And then Ethan comes in and says Isaac's wife is looking so big because she's pregnant.
Yeah, you fucked that one up.
So you guys have had little cubs. Have you ever told your wife, like, damn, girl, you looking...
Yes, I've said, listen, lady, you are a sow. You need to get out there.
Right, come on.
Yeah, I made comments before and after the pregnancy. Worse than when she was pregnant.
Oh, shit.
You got a motivation, baby.
But Chris shows up, and Chris says, I couldn't even tell she was pregnant, and they established, like, that's how you talk to a pregnant woman. But they end up loosening up. They end up having a good time. Ethan is singing with some of the kids before they end up starting, get to going for their tradition. And he's playing the piano. So we know Ethan is some kind of artist. He's actually a musician. He knows how to play the piano at least.
He plays it pretty good, too, yeah.
And while he's, enjoying this time, Chris and Isaac are talking about how this is the last time they're going to do it. And they're doing this Christmas thing pretty much for Ethan, man. They're telling him that, he needs to grow up, and Chris is saying he's going to be the one to let him know that, this is the last time.
You're going to take him under his wing.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris does say that he's going to take him under his wing. He's going to motivate him to be a better person, be bigger. He doesn't need this Christmas thing. I guess they're already trying to grow out of it, and they're trying to make it okay for that. But before they leave, Betsy, Isaac's wife, has a gift for Isaac, and she tells him that she appreciates the support that he gives her, and that she has a little gift for him. And she gives him a small little box. And inside that box
is so many drugs.
4 of which we went over.
She says it's every drug in the world.
Okay. Clearly, that's not every drug in the whole world, wide world.
Yeah, the main ones are the mushrooms, the weed, the cocaine, and the fucking ecstasy. But I think there are some other pills in there, but I did not identify, and I don't know what they are, to be honest. So I don't know. Because he doesn't take those. Once you mix the 4 that I said, he gets the effects of what you have.
Bro, he took some stuff that had fucking the what's that, the karma symbol? What is that?
The karma symbol.
Yeah, what the fuck is that symbol?
What's
the symbol, bro? Like the white peace. And the black.
That's a peace symbol. That's a fucking
the Taoism.
Is that what
the yin and yang?
Yin and yang,
that's a peace symbol, isn't it?
That's the Taoism.
It had the
it's
Taoism.
Like perfect balance. Everything.
That stuff from China.
No, it ain't shit from China. She told him where she got it from. She just got all the shit from Craigslist.
But I'm saying that specific drug is from fucking China. But
opium.
Possibly.
It's probably opium.
That was probably the ecstasy he got.
Well, that's crazy shit in there, bro.
Yeah, that's what she says. It's every drug in the world.
How mad would you be, though, if your wife gave you that for Christmas? If she was like, hey, you guys want to go out on Christmas with your boys?
I would be okay.
If all of us went out and your wives each gave us that little box that looked like a gift card box full of drugs.
Well, let's pick our drugs. If we can pick our drugs, what would it be?
I'm taking the box she gave him.
No. Like. So I think I would do.
I'm taking the box she gave him.
Just no matter fucking what. So like me, I'll be taking weed. I can handle weed. I will do the ecstasy.
Can you?
I would do weed, ecstasy. I've already done cocaine, so I'm gonna do cocaine, and then I'm gonna do.
What order to take them in?
I don't fucking care. And then I'm gonna do.
That's not how this works.
Ecstasy. I've always wanted to do ecstasy, but then that's it. I'm taking 4 drugs, and I'm good for the rest of the fucking night.
You don't get 4 drugs. You gotta get
I got 4.
Plethora.
No, fuck that.
Brandon, are you DDing?
No, I am straight edge.
Panda, you're DDing? You're CM punking it?
Yeah, I'm gonna CM punk that bad boy. Okay. I may take a drink or two, you know, but
you can DD for us.
Panda. If there's any drugs you've ever wanted to take,
let me tell you something.
Christmas Day, your last year on Earth.
What if we hangover you?
Listen, guys, that would not be a good idea because I feel like there's an inner demon in me. Listen, panda bears are cute, but you have to remember they are fucking wild animals.
Here's another thing you need to know is no one eats 3 marshmallows, Stu. If we roofie you and we give you 4 marshmallows full of some shit,
and I go on a goddamn killing spree, you guys are responsible.
It's all right. We're in New York in this movie, so there might be some people who need to be murdered.
Well, she tells him to have a good time because she appreciates him being her Dwayne Johnson. being her rock.
The Rock.
That was a good one. I like that.
And they go outside. They are introduced to a Red Bull limo because Chris has a sponsor, and he's a top athlete now.
C-Rob.
And he stays on social media. And the driver makes an awkward introduction, and Isaac shows the boys the box that his wife had given him. They want to cut loose with a little bit of champagne. They end up going to the Rockefeller tree. And while they're walking, Chris is trying to get to know Ethan's situation, asking him about his girl and, where he's at in his mind. While he's doing that, people stop to try to take pictures with him. So we know that Chris is a celebrity. Yeah, Chris is a celebrity, man. He's a main star.
So I'm assuming he plays for the New York Giants or the New York Jets, where they're at, right? They're in New York.
Yeah.
He's got to play for one of them because he's not a superstar, but he's a star.
People know that he is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they keep stopping him and they keep
My other
trying
question
to ask for pictures.
Where are we at on the time frame of this movie coming out to when Gordon Levitt becomes Robin, supposedly, right, in the Dark Knight series? And where are we at with Captain America? Is this way before? I don't. What year does it come out?
Yeah, this is before he became Captain America.
Way before?
I think he's still the Falcon, but he's not Captain America yet.
Okay, what about Gordon Levitt's? Like, is he...
Yeah, this is past the Dark Knight trilogy.
So this is the part to where you're like, hey, they're not making a movie about him. Like, there was a teaser, but we're not doing it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, gotcha.
Nolan trilogy was done.
Because he hadn't done... If you're looking at Gordon Levitt's, what has he done past...
I think he's more of a producer-director now.
Yeah, he hasn't done a whole lot.
Instead of actor.
After this movie, didn't he do... What's that fucking movie with...
He did one with Scarlett Johansson, right? Where he was like a gigolo.
Will you guys listen to me?
He's talking about Looper.
Looper.
He did that one.
Yeah, that was way before.
Okay.
That was before, but he did one after this where it was him and Scarlett Johansson where he was like a gigolo or something where, I don't know, it was a weird movie. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get to see Scarlett Johansson naked, so I watched it, but it didn't happen.
Well, they make it to the Rockefeller tree, and Ethan makes a little speech about the end of the tradition and that he has 3 tickets to the Nutcrackers Ball. He announced that to his fellas there. So they start off on their tradition with their sweaters and playing on a floor piano with their feet while dancing and singing. We get into a montage of them just having a great time throughout the night.
Listen, pause here because I don't know about you two, but I want to go here. I want to go to this Christmas store. I know it's a legitimate store in New York. It is a legitimate... I want to go. Like, that's one of my bucket list things.
Okay, and I want to sing this song too. So
I'm down. Let's fucking go. I'll stomp on that goddamn keyboard all day.
Well, they end up making it to a restaurant, and Isaac places, I think, mushrooms in his tea.
Yep.
While Chris is calling Tommy Owens, who is the star player on the team. I guess he's the quarterback. And he ends up asking Chris if he can bring some kind of weed to the party.
Let me tell you, too, mushrooms, I don't know from any experience, but if you put them in a tea, they're a little stronger from what I've read. Not from experience, but tea will make them fucking stronger.
Isaac asked... they ask Isaac how much weed he has in that box, and he only has 1 joint. And so Ethan...
That small ass goddamn joint, too.
It was a baby joint, baby.
So I'll let you guys know, like, people
it was
who...
enough for one person, for
people
sure.
who don't smoke, this thing, one person can smoke.
It's a one-person joint. It is not... It's not a cross joint. It's none of that shit.
It's so damn small.
Well, Ethan says it's not about some famous athlete. It's about us. And Chris wants to get noticed. So he says it's about a famous athlete, and they need to get the weed. So Ethan's just calling Mr. Green.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Mr. Green. And so they end up calling Mr. Green. All of them end up outside waiting for him when a payphone rings.
I feel like they all have different prerogatives here. One's trying to run from being a father. The other one's trying to run to fame. Yeah. The other one just is confused in life.
I think he's just trying to hold on to a tradition.
He is trying to hold on.
He wants to hold on to this
because he has commitment issues and he doesn't want to accept those. Right? I mean, I feel like that's what 3 people are going for. And that's a good story. That's a good Christmas story, right? I mean,
yeah. This was well written.
Because you always find
you're putting in
something wrong.
Yeah, you're putting in like inappropriate themes, but it's telling a good story. It's telling a very good story.
I've been putting that with this shit.
There's payphone rings that wasn't there at first, and all of a sudden it's there. It starts ringing, so he picks it up, And he said it's 1998 talking.
That's a good one.
And so they say it's Mr. Green, and his car appears across the street. And since Chris is the one who really wants the weed, they tell Chris to go over there and do it. Go get it.
Bro, does his car not look like fucking 1996 Need for Speed midnight fucking?
Wait, before you answer that, how long has it been since y'all have seen the payphone?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember there used to be
Jesus.
one outside my apartment, and it had the little closing door and everything.
I don't look for him, so I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, Chris goes and he ends up getting into the car and to talk to Mr. Green about it.
General Zod.
And Mr. Green is General Zod, and he, he's a pretty laid back, chill dude.
Does this not remind you of Dylan?
But Chris,
Tell me.
I don't know.
That's Dylan.
But Chris, Mr. Green, Mr. Green ends up getting the weed out, and Chris tells him that this is for Tommy Owens, the Messiah. Mr. Green kind of takes offense to that, and he's like, "There's only one Messiah, and that's our Lord and Savior." And he wants Chris to smoke the weed before he gets out of the car.
It's kind of blasphemous.
Yeah, he does say it's blasphemous.
Yeah.
And he wants Chris to smoke that weed before he gets out of the car.
He's a religious drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he tells him it's the weed of Christmas present.
Oh shit! That's the fucking no. This is Christmas future, right?
No, this is present.
Yeah, this is a Christmas present. And
he does this.
Yeah,
he does the fucking finger thing.
And we take back what he said though, because
Chris says it's a drug free zone, but he's like, "Come on, you got to do this." He's like, "It's the weed of Christmas present." And
he's
then,
like a pink pipe. He's smoking out of a pipe.
Yeah, he smokes the pipe,
and
this
jingle bells go.
This bell rings, and he kind of like, you think something's going to happen, but it doesn't. And Chris asks, and something's supposed to happen? He said, it just did. You're in the present. It's the weed of Christmas present.
He was taking his index finger to his thumb.
Yeah, and he
just
keeps
doing
tapping
like a weird tapping thing. It's an awesome.
And Chris says a good point. He's like, well, with that logic, isn't all weed the weed of Christmas present? And Mr. Green says, only on Christmas, kid.
But that weird like finger tap thing is amazing. It's a good. It's a good
I'm
spot.
doing that shit from now on.
But you better do it, Dylan, because you called him out.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Dylan.
Love you, Dylan. I love you.
Well, he invites. Mr. Green ends up inviting Chris to a party that he has. He said it's a party that he throws every year, and it's pretty big. But Chris says they're already going somewhere. And Mr. Green says, that's fine. You don't hurt my feelings none. And he said, tell Isaac I'll see him in a couple hours. He said, what? He said, tell Isaac I'll see him in a couple of hours.
I feel like this is the part where it starts to show you that they're playing into the ghosts of Christmas past.
Yeah, there's some elements. Since he said it was a Christmas weed, a Christmas present, there's some kind of elements of the Christmas Carol in here.
100%.
And so they end up, they get the weed. Chris goes back to his boys, and they end up proceed to do karaoke. And in this bar, they're doing the Run DMC Christmas song.
I feel like they've done this multiple times. It's their normals.
Yeah, this is their it's not Halloween. This is their Christmas tradition.
Halloween, Christmas, whatever, bro. You got it. Holiday.
And they end up running into Ethan's ex in this little karaoke bar, Diana, and her friend Sarah. Isaac starts feeling the mushrooms.
Let me tell you, mushrooms ain't no fucking joke. You should not be in a bar with random people on mushrooms. I will tell you from other bear experiences, not mine, you should not be on mushrooms in a bar with other people.
Well,
but also, his girl, she seems really cool. Like, she seems like she's fine. He might have some commitment issues. Like, she was good to go. He just wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we'll find out a little bit later on in the story here. So Ethan, Diana, and Sarah and Isaac start talking about Miley Cyrus in the Wrecking Ball song. And Isaac was talking about the last time that he heard that song, and they're all talking about the song. It's a great thing, and they're doing their Christmas tradition. And as they're talking to him, he's really feeling the mushroom. He mentions it to Ethan, like, I'm really feeling it right now. It's kicking in. So Isaac ends up going to the bathroom while he's freaking out on these mushrooms, and he thinks that cocaine will straighten him out.
No, bad idea. I don't know from experience, but I'm going to tell you that's a bad idea.
Well, I know from experience.
Oh, wow.
100% sure that cocaine will not straighten you out.
You know what that reminded
from
me
mushrooms.
of?
What do you mean?
It reminded me of Billy Madison. He was like, that Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ass.
Wait,
I know from experience.
So hold on a minute. Hold on. You've done cocaine while on mushrooms?
No, you don't.
I've not. I've done cocaine.
No, I haven't.
You don't fucking know, bro. Get the fuck out
Pure
of here.
cocaine.
But I know a guy.
Pure cocaine?
And him and her
Right?
got it on.
You ain't done this shit. Cocaine while
No,
you're
you
on
don't.
mushrooms is two different things.
But cocaine by itself is enough to make you act like this. And adding mushrooms to this?
You didn't add it. You did
Bro,
the
I'm
mushroom
telling you,
before
bro.
did the
Either
cocaine.
way, if you do one of the other, it's not going to help you out, bro.
I feel like the only way we can settle this is you need to do the two together
On the podcast.
on the podcast. You're calling. I'm calling bullshit on what you said. I'm calling bullshit.
If the fans want it, I need at least 20 votes. If I do 20 votes, if you guys give me mushrooms and cocaine,
we won't do it.
That's not-
cocaine's illegal.
that's not fentanyl, I would do it because cocaine was pretty damn great
It's illegal.
to do.
We'll give Xavier some sugar to snort and mushrooms, some shiitake mushrooms
You would give
to eat.
Grizzly.
It's Grizzly. Grizzly will get some sugar to snort and some shiitake mushrooms.
Well, Chris ends up going outside because he's more concerned about his social media. He ends up running to a cute little lady wearing a green Grinch jacket.
Is she cute?
The lady tells him she hates Christmas and she's going to teach him a lesson because he's been a naughty boy.
Oh, bro, she is the Grinch for sure.
What's that show on Comedy Central that this woman has? That's pretty funny.
I don't know. I've never watched Comedy Central on this in current days.
It
What
was
show
like-
does she have?
Well, I don't know, but while Isaac starts freaking out in the bathroom, he records a video to send to his unborn child.
He's high as fuck, freaking out about having that baby.
Yes, and he ends up calling that kid a cunt.
Yeah. Fuck that cunt, baby.
Fuck you.
Get rid of it. Get rid of that. He's freaking out. And that's I never, when I was getting ready for my baby, never once did I was like, I didn't want children to begin with. You know, it was when me and the other, you know, significant other were like, hey, we're gonna just do our thing as adults, and it happened. We don't regret it 100%, but never once when it happened were we like, hey, this cunt baby, like he's freaking the fuck out, dude. He is panicking. I don't know about you, Brandon. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you and your significant other weren't panicking, and when you got, you know, the news of being pregnant. You weren't panicking in this phase, but I don't understand how you get to this phase and panic that bad. Like, having a kid isn't that big of a deal. I mean, maybe if your significant other is just that bad of a person, maybe you panic and it was something that you were like, holy shit, this is a mistake. But
Well, he is under the influence of mushrooms and
100%.
cocaine.
A lot of drugs are involved, but it's like he is recording some fucked up shit.
Fuck
on
you,
this
baby.
phone. Yeah, he's talking
Cunt.
mad shit to an unbirthed baby.
Well, he does end up cleaning up and going outside. He runs into Sarah, and he offers her a drink.
This is my favorite part of the
While
movie.
Ethan and Diane catch up, Diane mentions that she's dating two guys with huge dicks, and Ethan is seeing a lady with one huge vagina. Well, Isaac ends up bringing the drinks back to Sarah, and his nose starts to bleed. And
From the drugs.
A couple of it drops into Sarah's drink. And so he ends up giving her the drink. She tastes it, and she's like, it tastes like pennies.
That's my favorite fucking part. It is my favorite part because, first of all, martinis are terrible. She orders a martini. Martinis are shit. If you're a drinker and you like martinis, go fuck yourself.
Damn.
Those are terrible.
Yeah,
Have you ever had a martini?
No, I don't think so.
We went to a martini bar on a cruise, and they were
Had a
all fucking
mimosa.
awful. No, martinis are shit. They're vodka and pretty much like a Mio flavoring in them with an olive is what they do with it.
Well, Sarah ends up noticing that Isaac's nose is bleeding. And she puts two and two together. And she asks him, "Did you bleed in my drink?"
No, but what did she say first? She was like, "This martini's weird. It tastes like pennies."
Yeah. No. I didn't bleed in your drink.
Yeah, and she says it's fucked up, and she even says that you should not be a father, and grabs her phone and leaves.
Does she grab her phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, guess we'll get to that a little bit later.
The penny part was fucking hilarious to me, where she could taste the blood and thought it just tasted like pennies. It's a coppery flavor, isn't that what she says, or some shit like that?
Well, after that, she tries to go to the bathroom, but it's locked because it's occupied by Chris and the Grinch girl, and they are fucking in the bathroom.
He's getting his Christmas slug.
And I'm talking about they are fucking all over that bathroom.
Yeah, he's giving her the candy cane of Christmas.
And they get to the point where she is riding him on the toilet while he's sitting on the toilet, and she stops and looks back at him and says, "All right, now take a dump." He's just like, what?
Have either of you done that?
No.
No? Okay, just making sure, because I haven't either, but I didn't know if that was a normal thing, but...
That is not normal.
Wait, I
had
Grizzly's
something
not answering.
to do with poop, but...
Oh, jeez.
We're not going into that.
Let's
go to the next story.
That, yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's move forward.
Well, Sarah and Diane leave because she ends up getting, freaked out. She goes to Diane and she's like, "We ain't leave now." And so Ethan and Diane don't get to catch up anymore. Ethan finds Chris and Isaac, and they decide to leave themselves. They end up in the limo talking about what broke up Ethan and Diane. They were saying that he didn't want to meet her parents.
He has commitment issues.
Yeah, and that was the reason they broke up. They see Isaac, and he's still freaking out on these from the mushrooms and cocaine that he took. Chris says he's looking real weird. And this is the point where he takes his glasses, puts them at the end of his nose, and he's like, "Do I still look weird?" And
He's
yes.
freaking the fuck out, bro. If you're doing weed, mushrooms, and cocaine at the same time, those are not a good combo. Like, that's a fucked up, weird, especially if you're drinking on top of it and trying to make it seem normal. Fuck that.
Yeah, he even says, I think the cocaine is reacting poorly to the mushrooms.
There's certain things that you can balance, and those are not the ones to balance. Not at all. I don't know from experience. I understand. I looked it up on the internet.
Chris tries to level him out with some weed, but he starts looking in his pockets for the weed that he had bought from Mr. Green, and it's gone. And he realized that the Grinch girl took his weed.
That he was fucking.
So they have to call Mr. Green again, and he says he'll meet him on a certain street, and that street is outside of Chris's mom's house. He doesn't want to go inside, but the other guys are like, "Come on, man. You still got that Nintendo 64? And he does have that Nintendo 64.
It almost seems like they're trying to find like a chill spot to like, let's recalibrate, get our shit together, our bearings under us, and let's redo it.
So they do end up going inside, waiting for Mr. Green to call, and they sneak off inside, and they see this shrine to Chris from his mom. There's like, "Did you die?"
All them trophies and shit.
Yeah, it's like all
She's
his
proud of him.
accomplishments.
She's very proud of him. I mean, I would be too, right? I mean, if your kid was in the NFL and, doing, or whatever sport they were in, right? I mean, I assume he's in the NFL. He seems like a football player. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if there's anything to validate that. It seems like it.
Well, Ethan and Chris end up playing, I think it's GoldenEye, while
That's a good game.
Yeah,
Isaac is sitting on the bed, and he's looking through the old yearbooks, talking about how they first met each other, and how it was weird that Chris was a jock, and he had ended up hanging out with Chris and Ethan. I mean, Isaac and Ethan. And Chris says that if it wasn't for them two, he wouldn't have made it through high school. So they all three do have a bond.
Oh, for sure. But dude, is that Bond GoldenEye? Is that where we're going with this?
Maybe.
How many people have bonds through GoldenEye, James Bond? Bro, that game was intense. Think about how much we played that game.
While they're playing, Mr. Green calls, and Isaac says that he'll go. Remember earlier he said he'll see Isaac in an hour. So Isaac goes down there, and when he gets there, Green tells him he's proud of what he has become, like a father figure.
It's not a good idea to send him down there.
And Green looks into his soul, and he gives him the weed of Christmas future. And
that's the worst person to send down there. That's like sending me down.
Isaac smokes the
I'm sending you, bro. I'm sending you.
Isaac smokes some of the weed, and he sees himself in a strip club in the future. And he and his wife are, just chilling out and enjoying the show. And all of a sudden, stripper comes out. Turns out to be his daughter. And once he realizes his daughter, he starts to freak out again. And he's like, no. And his wife's like throwing money on her, like, pop that pussy. Yeah, pop it.
Yeah, his wife makes it way worse, doesn't she? She's awesome, though. She's funny as hell.
She's supporting her daughter, I suppose.
Hey, you got to get it in, right?
I guess so. And so he ends up paying Mr. Green. He kind of just throws the money at him. And Mr. Green's like, get the fuck out of my car. And so he throws the money at Mr. Green and leaves.
Do you think Mr. Green saw what he saw in that vision? That's why he said that?
I think so. Mr. Green is something special.
He's seen the last, like the other two, so I believe he's seen
He knew, and he was like, God damn, this dude's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, Isaac makes his way back into the apartment, and his phone starts ringing while he's trying to sneak back in there with Chris and Ethan, and it ends up waking up Chris's mom, and she is super excited that they are all there, and she makes them some leftovers.
I feel like this is my mom.
Well, while they're eating at the dinner table, Isaac's over here hallucinating, man. He sees the mom with like these octopus hands and shit. So he is far, far gone off these drugs, man. He is.
I feel like it's my mom or your mom to make us. They would get up at 3 a.m. in the morning and make us food. They'd be mad at first, but then they would make us some shit.
Well, they start talking about Ethan and Diane at the table, and Ethan's making up excuses when Mama tells him, if you want her, then now is the time because there's a magic in the air.
That's the point where Isaac is freaking the fuck out on those drugs with that octopus arms, and he takes more drugs to try and mellow it out.
Yeah, and someone texts him a dick pic, and he's thinking that,
it's his phone.
Yeah, and
instead of saying, hey, wrong number, what does he say?
He just keeps responding to him.
He says, nice dope dick, homie.
Yeah. And they're like, thanks, do you want it? And he's like, of course I want a dick like that. But
he doesn't understand that it's a dude trying to fuck a girl. Yeah. It's the wrong phone.
And they're like,
I've never sucked a dick before.
Yeah, they're like, do you want to suck it? And he's like, well, I've never sucked a dick before. And then like, you never sucked a dick? And he's like, well, once I touched a guy's dick at a summer camp, but that's it.
He starts going in.
And they respond with, well, you're going to tonight. You're going to suck a dick tonight. And he's just like, well,
oh, fuck it.
I guess tonight that Isaac sucks his first dick.
He gives into it, doesn't it? That's hilarious. That's one of the funniest parts. Yes. That part is awesome, especially as it goes on.
Mama lets us know that she's very proud of Chris, man. And I think it kind of hurts him because he knows that he's cheating to get the success that he has.
Fuck that. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
And his mom has established that they're going to get a park in his name. Mm-hmm. And he's like, Mom, that thing has crackheads. And she's like, nah, we're going to get it cleaned up. It's going to be a good park.
Fuck them crackheads.
Yeah, that whole dick thing was hilarious.
That was a funny ass fucking part that I did not expect. And it was funnier than what I thought it was going to be.
And so he hands the phone to Ethan, lets him know what's happening. And Ethan says, dude, it's not your phone. This is Sarah's phone. And so they establish a plan. They got to get this phone back to Sarah so he can get his phone.
Which Sarah is his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's best friend, right?
Yes.
So it works out for him.
Call Sarah. Ethan's like, hey, we're going to call the phone. And so he ends up calling. He's like, how do you know the number? And Ethan's like, it's your number. She has your phone.
He's so he's fucked out of his mind. Dude. That's some shit that one of us would do.
But she doesn't answer, so they end up using the Find My Phone app, and they decide to leave since they know where it's at. Well, they end up running across the Grinch again, and she starts talking about how she played Chris, and he says he wants his weed back, and she steals more weed from him because Isaac gave him the weed, and so she took it from him again. So he decides to chase her. The guys, they join in with him, and he ends up slipping on some goddamn micro machines.
Home Alone, baby.
Yeah, she was like, she Home Alone us.
Home Alone, baby.
Yeah, this movie has a bunch of influences from a bunch of other different Christmas movies.
I mean, look at her sweater she's wearing. She looks like the Grinch.
Yep.
It's all like fucking just naggy and just homeless looking.
Yeah, I think it is green with like yellow hair or something around the neck part. And
I don't know.
It looks exactly like the Grinch thing.
Well, she did mention to Chris that, like, all you're worried about is, celebrating with your celebrity friends instead of the family that you do have.
100%.
He kind of ignores that. And so they end up chasing after her. And, after the whole micro machine thing, they get into the limo where they try to chase her out. And this driver is more enthusiastic than you would think he would be.
He's looking for a party. He's looking for some excitement.
Yes. And there's a red light coming up. Chris is telling him, you run that light, and we're going to go get her. And he's like, I'm going to get that bitch for stealing your weed.
So I think if you go past this, you don't run a red light in a limo. This thing is way too damn long to try to catch somebody. Like, bro, just stay there.
They do end up getting
2 a.m.
They do end up getting T-boned by a dump truck, and the fellas are okay. They end up seeing a horse and carriage, and they get out, and Isaac is, hey, like a sleigh ride. And so they run over there to the damn sleigh ride where there's 2 horses pulling this sleigh. I guess it's for I don't know, I guess people who want to pay for a sleigh ride.
And he ain't got a fucking clue how to do it.
Yeah, he ends up whipping the horses to go, and it's still chained to the light post. So when they go, Isaac ends up holding onto the reins, and the sleigh stays where it is because it's tethered to the pole, and he gets pulled off, and he is dragged by these horses. He ends up running into some cones.
Bruh. So the limo gets hit on the side, and then it can't run no more?
No, it's done. It's done.
Bro. It hits on the
that
side.
limo driver ain't going to be like, oh, let's keep fucking going. No, he's going to collect his goddamn insurance money. And
it didn't have a flat tire. It didn't have anything. You can still drive.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
You're collecting your insurance money.
And once he gets out, they do the sleigh ride thing. Isaac ends up crashing to some cones. Ethan tells Chris, just forget about the weed, man. But Chris says it's important to Tommy. And so he runs off, and Isaac sees the My Phone app, and he says he's more worried about his phone, and he has to get it, so he runs off.
Why is he worried about his phone, though? Because of that goddamn video he recorded about him calling him his baby a cunt.
Exactly.
Yes, he's worried about his wife getting it. He don't want to get it.
Shit.
Yeah, he wants it gone. So Chris goes for the weed, Isaac goes for his phone, and Ethan is left alone. Well, Isaac starts talking while he's walking. He starts talking to a guy named Spencer because he can't really read the phone, so he needs him to help him get directions. It turns out that Spencer is a statue of one of the wise men at a nativity scene by a church. And while he's having this hysterical event, his wife sees him, and Isaac ends up leaving the phone and hugs his wife, and she's on her way to midnight mass.
Yeah, I could definitely see this happening.
So remember that he has left that phone with the wise man, goes with his wife. She's actually trying to tell him to go somewhere else because their family's coming. Before they get there, you need to go somewhere else. You need to be gone. And he's like, where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? He doesn't leave in time, so her family shows up. He has to go to church now.
He's in that nativity scene like a fucking character, too. I mean, he is all up in that bitch.
Yeah.
And I could see, I've never done the things he's done, but I could see how he could do that.
Well, Ethan, we go back to Ethan, and he's walking alone, and he ends up seeing 2 guys dressed up as Santa. They're peeing outside and just kind of messing up the whole Christmas spirit. And it offends him. So he has some words with him, and he ends up punching one of them.
He ends up getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, the 2 Santas end up beating him up.
2-on-1.
They end up beating him up 2-on-1, and one guy is an orthopedic surgeon, and the other teaches 3rd grade.
One of them's Rafi from, God damn it, what is that show called? It's the fantasy football show. He's in there, though.
Well, he does tell him that he shapes the nation's future.
He does.
The youth.
He does. He's very funny. He's a good dude. He's funny as shit.
Well, while Ethan's on the ground, Diane ends up calling him, talking about Sarah's phone, which he left with Spencer. The statue, Spencer, the statue that was on the nativity scene. And Ethan says that they're going to be at the party and they'll bring it to him. So Diane asks Nathan to come. I mean, Ethan, not Nathan. Ethan.
While he's knocked fucking on the ground.
Yeah, she asked him to come see her at the party. So that kind of gives Ethan a little hope. You know, like, hey.
Yeah, he was very excited to hear from her.
Yeah, he's like, you want to see me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's
and
like,
then,
yeah.
like, even, what's it, Mindy?
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's like, you want to see him? She's like, can I just, like...
Do you think she's hot enough to be dealing with this shit?
I think she's okay. She's like, all right. She's hometown beautiful.
6.
She's girl next door.
Yeah,
girl next
6.
door.
Sarah?
6.
No,
okay.
The other girl.
The other girl. Both of them are 6.
Okay. Well, meanwhile, Isaac is at church, the Catholic church, with his wife and her family, and he is still freaking out over these drugs.
He says, hallelujah, like Medea.
He even sees a baby that's talking shit to him. Well, that he sees talking shit to him.
Yeah.
He ends up seeing Jesus on the cross.
Fuck you.
And he was like, did we do that to him? Yes. She tells him yes.
When he was like, how do they know I'm Jewish? You're wearing a fucking sweater, bro. It's got a yarmulke on it, all the fucking symbols and shit. What the fuck?
Oh my god! So
it's hilarious.
He's really freaking out, and so he
asks for a barf bag, don't he?
Yeah, he ends up starting about to throw up, and she's like, "You don't throw up. You swallow it like a girl."
Is that a true statement? Do girls swallow the throw up all the time?
I think she was talking more like semen. That's what I got out of it. Like you swallow, you don't spit.
Yeah.
Well, he ends up getting to the aisle and he throws up, and his wife and her family act like they don't even know him. And she's like, is it still going? Yes, it's still going. He ends up running out of the church, and while he's running, he's like, we didn't do that to Jesus.
We did not kill Jesus.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious. You couldn't do that nowadays.
While he's doing that, Chris is in hot pursuit, and he's on the chase for the Grinch.
Oh, the Grinch.
Running through an alleyway with all kind of obstacles in the way, climbing up fire escapes, and ultimately ending up on the top of a building where the Grinch throws a rat at him.
Bro, I would act the same way. Oh, my God. This motherfucker throws a rat at him. Ah! Ah!
Yeah, he screamed.
Oh, my God.
But, like, how do you go from fucking her in a bar bathroom to her throwing a rat at you?
Dude, these New York rats are goddamn different,
oh, my
bro.
God.
I ain't been to New York.
She threw a rat at him,
that.
and she ends up standing on the edge of this building. And that's just crazy. Throwing a rat at somebody. She had to pick up a rat.
She had a full-size rat.
Wait for him to cut the corner and throw that motherfucker at him.
Dude,
and then falls into the trash.
And he asked her while she's standing on the edge of the building, he's like, what are you doing? And she says that you have friends that want to spend the holiday with you, and you're here trying to get this weed. And so she's teaching him a Christmas lesson.
Yeah, you're trying to get weed for people who don't give a fuck about you.
Mm-hmm.
You got friends who want to spend time with you.
And she said that's why she's taking this weed. And she falls back and just lands on this dumpster full of soft stuff and just leaves.
She's like the guy from Die Hard.
Don't you dare say that.
I think he died.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, he died.
The Grinch didn't die.
Well, the Grinch didn't die, but then I think she said his name. This is how he died, and then she just
She didn't say
jumped.
that shit.
Well, Isaac ends up meeting Chris at the subway gate, and they get through and they find Ethan, who had gotten beat up because of them, and he's kind of upset that Chris is so wrapped up in his own thing, and this is the last time that they get to do it. So I understand his kind of frustration with these guys. This is the last time. Why are you guys running off? You're supposed to enjoy the thing. And he even says that him and Isaac see that he's using steroids. So he brings up the whole steroid thing. Chris admits it. He said, yeah, I'm doing it. And then he goes after Ethan about his relationship with Diane and the music that no one's ever played. He's talking about Ethan's music career, his gigs that no one's listening to. Isaac tells him to shut up because he ruined their trip. Or he's ruining his trip. Chris gets upset, takes off his sweater, and says he's done. He's done with this little gimmick thing. He's tired of it, and he's over it. Yeah, it's kind of upsetting. You ruined Christmas.
Their friends are breaking up. Part of it. I mean, you all go through this,
yeah,
right?
He throws the sweater at Ethan, and Ethan ends up throwing it back at him. He ends up tying it around his waist. So he did, there's some hope there. He didn't give it up completely.
Yeah.
Everybody has these problems, right? Everybody goes through different things in their life. Friends, situations. You got kids. There's all kinds of things.
Yeah,
it's a tough thing. You just got to make it through it, and you all got to understand what everybody's going through, and bear through it, and help each other out.
And then they make it to the address they make it to is the convenience store.
Yeah, it's a clerk, Chinese guy.
Yeah, and they give him the tickets and to the cashier, and he tells them, "Come with me." Mm-hmm. And he shows them the back room where they take a small train through a tunnel of lights to the actual Nutcracker Ball.
Yeah, this would be dope to do this. To take that train through that loop.
To the party. Then they make it to the party.
I wouldn't want to do it if I was as high as that fucking other dude. You know how much fucking throw up there would be on that ride if you were on mushrooms, weed, ecstasy?
It'd be great.
You're out of your fucking mind,
passing
bro.
through that shit.
You would fucking lose your goddamn mind. You would go into a seizure if you were on all those drugs and to get on that train.
Well, after they get there, Chris says he's going to find Owens. And Isaac says he's going to find his phone. And Ethan says to himself, well, I'm going to find Diane, who says he wasn't able to find the weed. That's Chris to the Messiah, Tommy Owens. Tommy's like, don't worry about it. We got plenty of it.
Bro, he had a fucking Santa sleigh full of fucking weed. What a cunt.
Yep.
He had a goddamn plethora of weed.
Yeah, he didn't really need the weed, but I don't know. I guess Chris felt like he just wanted to press Tommy, I guess, and he really went all out for this weed that they had plenty of.
Yeah, but they didn't have the weed of Christmas present.
I guess they didn't. Well, Isaac finds Sarah, and he brings her the phone that he left, and they end up switching phones back. And he tells Sarah's about the dick pic, the pic he got. They end up discussing that if she can handle it or not. And look who shows up. James Franco. And he was the guy on the other side of that number, on the other side of that dick pic.
It's not a good look for today's time where he got sued for trying to sell himself he was owning a production studio where he was trying to give girls opportunities if they would fuck him in scenes. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Well, he pops up and he says that Isaac almost sucked a dick tonight. And so they want to go dance, man. All three of them end up going to go dance. While Ethan is looking for Diane, but he ends up running into Miley Cyrus. And he ends up talking to her about how special Diane is to him. And she thinks that he should propose to her. She is wrong, but she convinces him that, that's what he wants to do. He didn't really want to do it, but she convinced him, that's what you want to do.
He left out a lot of information.
Yeah, I guess so, but she was just like, you're not one of those guys just talk about it and not do it.
Yeah.
But this is before she had her fucking throat surgery. So what the fuck is the voice?
She can still sing great.
I'm trying to get it, bro.
It's about the journey.
Yeah, it's about the journey.
She can still sing fine. It's okay. She can still sing good. Fuck the talking voice. She don't need to talk. She just needs to sing. She can sing everything to you.
Well, after this conversation, Chris is actually getting made fun of by his teammates about the karaoke that he's done with his friends.
He's a nerd.
Yeah,
he's a weirdo.
He's trying to brush it off like, it's a Make-A-Wish thing had to do with these guys. And
that's fucked up.
Yeah, it is kind of fucked up.
You should never. I mean, that'd be the same thing as if one of us got famous and then we were like, no, we don't do this podcast. Those are some Make-A-Wish kids. That's fucked up.
Isaac is dancing with James and Sarah, but it more seems like Isaac is dancing with James. And they're having more of a connection than Sarah and James.
Some Pineapple Express connections.
Yeah, and Sarah gets into Isaac's face and tells him, you're being a fucking cockblock right now.
Never would you experience a girl telling you that you're being a cockblock to her. Right?
Yeah, that's a rare event right there. That is some rare.
They're just broing out, man. They're just having a good time.
I guess so. Miley starts singing, and it's one of Diane's favorite songs. And in the middle of the performance, Ethan gets up on stage and sings with Miley Cyrus.
He's terrible.
Yeah, he's terrible. He don't know the words.
He's like, I don't know the words to this song, but it's okay, because I will always want you.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
It came in like a wrecking ball. So they sing the Wrecking Ball song. And it's a hit, man. The people are loving it. In the middle of the song, he starts talking to Diane.
Yeah, he did the boys to man thing. Hey, girl.
He's like, hey, you in the red. Move over. You, move over. So he starts speaking to her, and he tells her that, you know, she's everything to him, and he didn't want to mess it up. He proposes to her in front of everybody at this party.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and she says yes, and everyone just cheers. So it makes the night even more magical. And even though his friends, Ethan and Isaac, are like, no, he can't do this. No, this is not the time. Well, he does it. She says yes. They cheer. He runs off to her, you know, backstage. And when they get alone, she tells him that they're not getting married and that she can't be his support system. You know, like you can't put all this on her. They weren't even in a place to get married.
We also start to see that what's your boy might have fucked up. The other guy might be gay or a little bit bi.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit bi.
When Isaac leaves James and Sarah, he's like, all this love is something that's getting me hot. You want to go to my hotel room? And she's like, I think you might be gay. He's like, well, not right now. I'm not.
Yeah.
And
he
she
was sucking
smiles.
on his ear and shit.
And she smiles, and she just goes
She's like,
along
fuck
with
it, let's go.
Yeah, well, Isaac and Chris, they know they have to end up finding Ethan, so they try to go and talk to him. Isaac ends up running into Tommy Owens because he's looking for Chris and Ethan. He ends up, you know, rubbing all over him, dude. Isaac's kind of freaking out, but he ends up pinning Owens' hand to the cross. This cross decoration they have in the room.
Like Jesus.
Yeah, and some guy's like, he crucified the Messiah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a fucked up situation. It just all messed up. Turns out the Messiah ends up getting his hands pinned to the cross just like he's being crucified. Chris ends up running into Diane, congratulating her on the you know, the proposal and stuff, and she's like, no, it's not real, you know, don't congratulate me. Go talk to Ethan. Well, the other players are about to beat up Isaac, you know, for the whole Messiah incidents. Well, luckily, Chris comes in and at the last minute and saves Isaac and puts them all on his social media. And it's like, whoever follows Chris, what's his last name here?
Chris Robb.
He asks, who's been following Chris Robb 111? Everybody raised their hand. He's like, and then Isaac's like, yeah, his social media game's on
point.
Yeah. And 2 reindeer security guards end up grabbing Chris and Isaac and dragging them out of the party.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Ethan ends up on the roof by himself, just thinking. But Mr. Green is out there, and he tells him to smoke this. And Ethan's like, no, weed kind of makes me paranoid. So, you know, I don't want to do that. Mr. Green insists, you know, smoke this. And so he ends up smoking it. And it turns out to be the weed of Christmas past. It takes Ethan back to the time where his parents died. And Isaac and Chris come to him.
Yeah, try to come over and comfort him.
Yeah, and they wouldn't leave him alone. Not on Christmas. And they became a family that day. And after the vision, he hears them trying to get back inside the party to reunite with him. He yells at them, hey guys, I'm up here. And so they end up sitting outside and talking until the sun rises in this cold ass weather. Like who is sitting outside in New York Christmas time and until the sun rises? It's way too cold.
Maybe they have better winter gear than we do. You know, in the South, we don't have to deal with that cold of weather. Maybe they're just well equipped.
I've been to Chicago, and that is a different type of cold. And if New York is like a Chicago,
we went to Washington. Washington was -16. We tried to fish, and you would cast out, and your line would fucking freeze, and you couldn't reel back in. That's some fucked up shit. Yeah, so I'm with you, but maybe they are well equipped. I don't know, because people were out walking around when we were in Washington like it was no big fucking deal. There were people out exercising, running. Like, bitch, you out of your fucking mind. I'm struggling. I don't even want to sled.
So while they're sitting outside together watching the sunrise, Isaac gets a call saying that the baby is coming, and they all end up trying to rush to the hospital, but Chris says, you won't get a cab out here. And Ethan then sees Mr. Green's car sitting with a door open, and they end up taking his car to the hospital. Like, you are stealing a guy's car.
Yeah.
So they end up taking it to the hospital, and while they're driving off, we see Mr. Green, and he says, I think I earned these. And wings pop out the back of him, and he ends up flying off. So Mr. Green was some kind of angel or something.
Christmas angel.
I guess so. Isaac ends up making it to the hospital, and getting into the room with his wife. And it turns out it was a false alarm. He comes clean to his wife about the video that he made and the feelings he has for this baby that's coming. And he shows her the video. She laughs. She says she's been having, kind of the same feelings and that it's okay. And he's tripping still, and he sees her as a dragon.
Goddamn dragon.
Yeah. Did you ever have these type of feelings?
Like before having a kid?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
Yeah,
this is some weird shit. Like, this is like, once I was told, hey, I'm pregnant, I didn't want kids initially, but once you get that information, then you go, all right, I got to man the fuck up. As a man and as a human being, I did the deed. I got to man the fuck up. I got to do my job. I didn't ever have any of these weird ass, like, he's having some fucking weird freakouts. It's not that big of a deal. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's a big deal, but it's not
it's different.
Like, yeah, he's just
for everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything. Even after the birth, I still didn't feel anything. Like this lump of potato come out of my wife, and it's like, I don't know. It took me a while to warm up to it, and it's like, okay, this is my kid. I got to take care of it.
I didn't want to touch the child for a while because I was like, it's so fragile, and I'm not the one to deal with fragile material. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I drop it? Like, what if, like, I felt like I was going to damage it, or I shouldn't say it, but a baby is, they're not as fragile as what you think they are, but in your head, you're thinking, I don't want to be the one to be the one to hurt it. So I was worried about that.
Well, all three end up celebrating Christmas together as they open presents. Everybody's smiling, having a good time. And Chris tells his mom about he opens up about the steroids. They're like, yeah, we're going to lose the park. And she's like, yeah, fuck that park. It's got crackheads. And Ethan ends up going to Diane's house to set some things straight.
Confess his love.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tells her that he didn't really know what he wanted before, and he's kind of matured now, and that he wants to
cleaning up his commitment issues.
Yeah. She accepts it, and she's kind of surprised that he wants to meet her parents, and they end up making out on the front porch.
She's all right. She's like a good 6.
They end up going to meet her parents.
Yeah, I feel like Robin could do better.
Robin is something.
She's a good 6, but he's Robin. I mean, he was technically going to be Robin, right? I mean, in the Batman universe. He was Robin.
Yeah, he was.
Which technically would have been Nightwing?
Man, we'll get to that whenever we review that movie at the end.
I'm just saying.
His actual name was Robin.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean,
that's so stupid.
I mean, I feel like they were trying to, like, hint it to you, but you didn't need to make his name Robin. We already knew.
Yeah, she was like, you should use your real name, Robin.
It should have been fucking, what is Nightwing's name?
Come on, Christopher
Dick
Nolan.
Grayson.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it should have been Dick. Dick Cock.
Let's go,
Dick Cock
Christopher
Grayson.
Nolan. You know what the fuck is up, bro.
No,
Christopher
he
Nolan
don't.
was like, we don't give a fuck.
Him or Zack Snyder don't know what the fuck is up. Mm-hmm. They failed this city.
Don't talk about them that way. They're going to sue us. Because I feel like those two would be like, fuck that goddamn podcast. We don't give a shit. We're suing them motherfuckers. We ain't got nothing else going for us.
Well, we're nobody, so they shouldn't come after us.
What's Snyder got going for him?
Nothing.
Exactly.
1 year later, we see the group all together at Isaac's house celebrating Christmas again. So the tradition is kind of still on. Chris, his mom, Ethan, Diane, Isaac, and Sally. When Sally comes in and says that the baby won't go to sleep. So the guys go and they sing a little Run DMC Christmas until the baby starts clapping.
I feel like this is just like a coming of age of, even like us three, how we've slowly transitioned what we do and how we do it, You got to adjust as times go on. How'd you get married and how'd you have kids, and you got to start incorporating all that shit in there.
Well, the screen draws back to reveal that old Tracy Morgan is Santa, and he has been reading a story the whole time, and he lets everybody know that everybody ended pretty well.
This is back when Tracy Morgan was relevant.
And let's get to the after party.
Yeah, this is the time that he actually wrecked that car into the Walmart thing and got a whole bunch of money.
I think the Walmart thing wrecked into him.
Yeah, but this was back when he was relevant. I like him. I still think
and
he's
Mr.
funny.
Green is there, and he's like, it's all thanks to my fellow Mr. Green back there. And he's like, oh, thanks, Pops. And so he said, let's get to the after party. And the screen fades to black, and the words go up. On the night before.
Mr. Green, a.k.a. General Zod.
And at this point in time, after the movie review, we're going to give you some facts that, maybe you didn't know about.
Extra, extra, hear all about it. We got the facts.
First off, I love how they made a movie for adults back in 2015 that kids didn't have to listen to. That was pretty damn good, bro.
How about that? It was pretty
I like that.
Damn.
I'm confused
good.
about your statement. You said, I'm excited about a movie they made back in 2015 that kids didn't have to listen to. Repeat that back. What does that mean?
It means kids wasn't allowed to look at this in the theaters.
It means Grizzly's got the first fact. So give us the first fact, Grizzly.
All right. When Ethan has dinner at Chris' mother's house, he dials a number on his iPhone and actually types the number in his calculator. All right, Polar, let's go.
Sony actually pushed this movie release date back multiple times. Originally, it was supposed to be released in early to mid-December of 2015, but was actually pushed back to November 25th and then November 20th. I'll pass it to you, sir, Mr. Panda Bear.
Oh, thanks, you Polar. The film uses many Christmas-themed props and sets, including a 20-foot Christmas tree and numerous animatronic figures. Many of these props were created from scratch just for this film. What you got, Grizz?
All right, what I got is when Isaac is tripping out in Mr. Green's car, he hallucinates when his daughter is in a strip club that he didn't read enough books to make her have a good life. Seth Rogen at that time, like before that, was in a movie called Knocked Up, where at that same time, he didn't read the books and was afraid that his daughter was going to grow up to be a stripper.
So they just copied that shit?
Yeah, pretty much copied it. Let's go, Polar.
Jason Gordon-Levitt and Shannon, the drug dealer, were actually in the film Premium Rush together. Shannon plays a crooked cop while Levitt plays the role of a bike messenger that the cop is trying to find and detain. Pass it off to the panda.
The film's plot was inspired by real-life tradition that writer and director Jonathan Levine had with his colleague friends. The group would spend the night before Thanksgiving together every year, with each member taking turns being the night before host and planning various activities for the group. What you got, Grizzly?
All right, I got Evan Goldberg was the man singing in the elf outfit and karaoke. And if you don't know who Evan Goldberg is, he's the Canadian director and screenwriter who did Superbad, Knocked Up, Pineapple Express, Funny People, The Green Hornet, The Watch, This Is the End, The Neighbors, The Interview. He did all of that stuff, bro. He was also in The Neighbors, Sorority Rising, and Sausage Party. So he was the guy that did all those movies.
Wow.
Yes. Let's go, Polar.
Seth Rogen actually calls Jason Gordon-Levitt by his real name in one of the limo scenes on accident. Pass it to you, Panda.
The film's soundtrack features a mix of hip-hop, rock, and Christmas music, including Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Sherman and Santa Claus is Coming to Town by NWA. What you got, Grizz?
All right, when they found out that Sally was pregnant, they all ran towards Mr. Green's car. When they got to that street, you could tell a little bit of the area was snowed in. If you looked, whenever they got in the car, they seen that most of the whole entire other area was clear. So whenever they did this, they did the whole movie in August, not December, whenever it was supposed to rain. And so in the summertime, they had Christmas sweaters, and everybody complained that it was too hot.
I'm going to add on to your fact. That's one of the reasons that the scene where he is super sweaty when he's doing his drug scene, Mr. Rogan, that's why he was so sweaty.
It's because it was in August.
It wasn't part of the scene that he was sweaty as fuck because he was in a damn Christmas sweater.
It was because it was in August.
Yeah, and it was August. No, I got another one. That was just adding on to yours.
Oh, okay.
Sir. Fuck off. Rogan, Shannon, Mackie, and Levitt have all starred in superhero movies. Seth was the Green Hornet. Mackie, of course, is the Falcon, or Captain America at this point. Shannon was General Zod in the Man of Steel movie, and Levitt plays a police officer in The Dark Knight that they assume might be Robin.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to pass it to you, sir, Mr. Panda.
All right. The film features several cameo appearances from well-known celebrities, including Miley Cyrus, James Franco, Mindy Kaling, and Kanye West. Grizzly, what you got?
All right, I got the Nutcracker Ball is explained to be very secretive, with a new location for the ball each year at a different location. But at the end of the movie, Mr. Green explained that he has a warehouse every year to have this party. Let's go, Polar.
This was Anthony Mackie's second role where he has a drug addiction. The first one, which was Pain and Gain.
Oh.
Prior to this. So, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Panda.
I ain't seen that.
You ain't seen Pain and Gain?
Uh-uh.
The bodybuilding one?
Yeah, with The Rock.
And Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg?
no.
You need to watch that. It's a good movie.
funny.
You need to watch that.
The Night Before features an animated sequence called Baby It's Cold Outside, which pays homage to classic holiday specials like A Charlie Brown Christmas and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Grizzly?
Grizzly is done with the facts.
You suck, bitch.
To you, Polar?
Anthony Mackie and Michael Shannon were actually in 8 Mile together. Shannon played the boyfriend of B. Rabbit's mom, while Mackie played the vicious leader of the free world group, Papa Doc.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll pass it to you, Panda.
All right.
Free world.
The movie received generally positive reviews from critics who praised the chemistry between the lead actors and the humor. It has become a favorite holiday movie for many viewers. Polar?
Seth Rogen reenacts a moment from Home Alone. The moment in the movie where he puts the classic hands on his face and yells is a direct montage to Home Alone, and he did that on purpose. I'll pass it to you, Panda.
During the filming of The Night Before, the cast and crew actually celebrated Christmas together on set, complete with gift exchanges and a Christmas dinner to create an authentic holiday atmosphere. Polar?
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. The comedy in the film was improvised. Did you know that? The dramatic parts of the film were in script, but the comedy had to be improvised. It's a good thing that the actors were up to it, since none of it had to be laid down for them. Back to you, Panda.
That's going to be it for me, man. Just read it what you got left.
I got one more. I was reading that the director actually started the story for this movie because he was a Jewish person who went out in New York, and a lot of those people don't celebrate the same customs. So he would go out to bars and try and find things to do on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day as a Jewish person. And that's how this came about. Not as wild, but he said there was a lot of things that happened during his searches for things to do during Christmas Eve.
That's perfect, man.
Yep.
That's perfect.
That's all I got.
Let's move on to our final thoughts. The Night Before was a magical Christmas mix. It had DNA from The Christmas Carol, Home Alone, 8 Crazy Nights, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and with all that, it works. It was a heartwarming comedy that tried to make you feel good while also making you laugh. I think it was one that you could watch every year. The Night Before is a good one. Grizzly, if you were tripping on shrooms, cocaine, and weed, and your dragon-headed mama asked you to put some lotion on her elbows,
what the fuck?
Would you say that The Night Before was a good one?
My what, nigga? What the fuck is going on?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, I would say this is a great one because there is so much hijinks that goes on in this movie with the Canadian dude, with the Jewish dude, with the black guy. All this is pretty damn funny, man. I love when cultures come together and they make fun of different things. It's great. So yeah, great one.
Wow.
Polar.
Yeah,
if James Franco sent you a dick pic and said you were going to suck it, would you say that the Night Before was a good one?
That's a fucking great one. And I'd forward that pic to fucking a bunch of other people and see if they would suck it. First of all, but I think this movie goes down in a separate category of great Christmas movies or great holiday movies because you have your certain movies that you can watch with your kids and you can watch with your family. And those are The Grinch, Home Alone. There's certain movies that separate themselves into a different category that you watch when everybody goes to sleep. This one is hands down up there with The Krampus and movies like that to where you let everybody go to sleep. You watch them after hours. This one's the comedy fucking event of Christmas for sure for adults. There, you have Elf that's kind of childlike. It can be watched by children. This one separates itself. This is 100% adult-themed Christmas humor, which is phenomenal. We need more movies like this in today's time.
All right. Thank you for that. And now we're going to move on to Movie 21 Questions.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. I'm going to guess it right off the bat. I'm so good at this.
This movie was suggested by Jay from Sparta, Tennessee.
Let's go, Jay.
We love you, Jay.
All right, guys, start the questioning.
Okay, so was this movie...
Don't ask stupid shit. I'm just saying. Let's think about this. What are you asking?
Was this movie made past 1990?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good question.
Yes.
What's your next... What are you thinking? Like 90 to 2000? Just separate it.
2002.
Sorry, Jay.
Was this movie made past 2000?
No.
So it's in the 90s. Okay.
90s.
What are you thinking next? What are you thinking? Don't ask. Just what are you thinking?
I'm thinking there's a major actor in this.
There's a major actor in every movie.
There's not.
That's not a good one. You need to be like
a major guy in 1990. There's Sylvester Stallone.
What if we ask if it's animated or no? That separates a lot.
Okay, yeah, go.
Do you ask that? Is this movie animated?
No.
Okay, so it's not animated. So that takes out a lot of fucking movies. What genre do you want to go with?
Let's go action. So let's do
action. Is this movie an action or comedy? Ask that.
Action comedy. Like, let's do a lot of them.
That's two.
Action comedy. And
we don't want to go too far because if he says yes, then which one are we going to know? Is it? You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Ask whatever you want. Let's go. I'll fucking guess it.
Jesus.
Just ask some shit. Jesus is in the movie. I'll guarantee it.
Did this movie have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, or Jackie Chan?
No.
I don't know if that was the right question. I think we should have went with the genre. I don't know. I mean, should I ask if it's comedy?
Yeah, ask it.
Is this movie a comedy?
No.
Okay, so it takes out that 1990. No comedy. No Arnold. So it's got to be action, horror. No one's picking romance. Maybe it's just romance. Fuck.
Ask it, bro.
No, I'm not asking that shit. I just said that. I can't go back on that. I just said that. No. Oh, fuck. Movies in the 90s. Not comedy. Doesn't have Arnold. Doesn't have, what'd you say, Sylvester? And doesn't have Jackie Chan. That was a weird fucking guess. Is the main character a male?
Yes.
Okay. So that takes out a lot of fucking movies.
That's 5.
That takes out a lot of movies in the 90s. That takes out The Doors. That takes out American Beauty. Maybe that was a fucking shitty question because it doesn't take out that much. Pretty Woman, maybe. Takes that out. That's Julia Roberts. I don't know what half these fucking movies are. Save her. Ask a question. I don't know what to do. What about Titanic? Ask it if it has a boat. Don't ask that. That was a joke. Don't do it. Not a comedy. Ooh. Maybe.
Ask the actor and then add a couple more.
I don't fucking know. Does this movie include Keanu Reeves, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Brad Pitt?
No.
Okay, so that takes that out. That takes out a shit ton of them. That takes out Titanic. That takes out The Matrix. That takes out the fucking goddamn Fight Club. Fuck me. Ask if it's a horror. We need to figure out if it's a horror movie or something. I think it's Forrest Gump, but I'm not saying that. Maybe Face Off? Oh, it can't be a comedy, so that's out. What about Good Will Hunting? Fuck that movie. I've never seen it. So, Braveheart. Ask something good.
Ooh.
Don't ask that. Ask something good. It's not a comedy, so it can't be anything funny.
Did this movie have Denzel Washington, Tom Cruise, or Tom Hanks?
No.
You went with... You didn't say Morgan Freeman, did you?
I didn't.
That's Shawshank Redemption.
I said Denzel Washington. It was
in the 90s.
He was in a bunch of movies between 1995 and 2000.
What did we ask so far? Do you know? Did you keep a tally? Or
I got to tally the number.
Oh, fuck me. I don't remember what we asked already.
Is this movie action, comedy, or drama?
Yes.
Well, he said no to comedy already. We said comedy already, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
So why'd you say that? Because now we don't know if it's action or what was the other one you said?
There's got to be action or drama.
That doesn't help.
Is this a crime movie?
No.
That checks out Goodfellas.
Action.
Bro, it's goddamn Forrest Gump. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. That says drama romance. Gen A. I don't fucking know. It's not animated. It's action, comedy, or, which we already asked if it was comedy, and he said no. So it's not a comedy. It's action or drama. Is that what you said? Pick something good, say. Arnold could be in it. Did you already say that?
I did not.
And you didn't say Arnold? True Lies is 1994. But there's also a shit, Pulp Fictions, which that wouldn't... Would that fall into?
Yeah, I already said crime. I think I did. And he said no.
I don't know what you said. I can't remember. What did he say, Brandon? You're supposed to be keeping up with goddamn questions.
He asked if it was action, comedy, drama for that question.
What did you say before that, though?
I said yes. He said comedy. Don't remember.
I thought he said something about a crime.
Oh, yeah, he did ask if it was a crime movie. No, it's not a crime.
So it's not that. You should ask if it's a scary movie. Scary? Is it a horror, sci-fi, or drama? That's the question.
Yes, that's 10.
Horror, sci-fi, or drama. So we know now. It's the fucking Matrix, bro. It's the fucking Matrix. No, because I already asked if Keanu Reeves was in it, and he said no.
He said no.
God damn it. But what if he's like, it's not Keanu Reeves, it's Neo. Fuck me, god damn it. I don't know. What if it's The Sixth Sense?
Is this movie a action comedy?
No.
He already said there's no comedy. That's a waste of a question. Comedy's out. There's no comedy. You got The Sixth Sense, you got Face Off. I don't know a lot of these, so if this person picks some off-the-wall bullshit, I'm fucked. I need to watch it, but I'm fucked.
What's the guy's name?
The person who picked it?
Yeah.
It was Jay from Sparta, Tennessee.
Jay.
Jay from Sparta, Tennessee.
Yeah. Good job, Jay. We don't know what the fuck's going on. You must be an old head, because we don't know these fucking movies. What about Braveheart? That's a biography, drama, history. We have not asked anything about Mel Gibson. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, potentially. How would we loop that in to weed out some of these other ones?
I don't know, bro.
Ooh, The Crow. Who's that motherfucker who's on The Crow? Isn't that Bruce Lee's kid?
Yeah, Brandon Lee.
Doesn't include Bruce Lee's kid, Mel Gibson, or what's another movie? Tommy Lee Jones.
No.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. Tommy Lee Jones was the fucking shit back in the 90s, man. What the fuck? So was fucking Mel Gibson. What the fuck is going on here? What kind of shit is this? What kind of red box bullshit movie you pick? God damn it. I don't... He's a good one. I don't like him, but he's a good one. Mr. J, he picks good movies. Make me think more than I want to think. It's a weekend, God damn it. I don't like to think on the weekends. Xavier, what do you got? Don't
Does it have Jim Carrey, Will Smith, or Adam Sandler?
No.
He said it's not a comedy. What list of goddamn movies you looking at? Adam Sandler ain't been in nothing but a goddamn comedy. Damn it, Zay.
I'm sorry. Jesus.
No, it's not a Jesus movie. I promise. It's not going to work. Don't ask that. Jesus isn't in it. What if it's The Big Lebowski? No, it's a comedy. Can't be that one. Shawshank Redemption. What about that one? That was 94.
What's his name?
Morgan Freeman? Did you already ask that?
No, I have not.
Are you sure?
But we need two more.
Let's see here. Forrest Gump. It's not that one because we already asked if Tom Hanks was in it. Who's in American Beauty? Kevin Spacey. We can use him if you want. I mean, American Beauty is a popular ass movie. Cape Fear 7. Cape Fear has Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. What's the bruh about? You have
I was going to ask if Tracy Morgan was in there, but no.
Tracy goddamn Morgan? Bitch, he wasn't even fucking born. The goddamn 90s, was he? Got the fuck.
He was.
Tracy Morgan wasn't in no goddamn 90s movies, was he?
What about Eddie Murphy?
No, it's not a comedy.
Okay, not a comedy.
What movies have Eddie Murphy been in that's not a comedy?
Beverly Hills Cop?
That's a comedy.
Action comedy.
It's funny as fuck. Xavier, use your brain. Use your thoughts. Who hasn't ever been in a comedy? Morgan goddamn Freeman. He ain't funny at all. We said 90s. Narrow the year down, Zay. Narrow it down.
Is the time this movie was made between 1990 and 1995?
No.
So it's between 1995 and 2000.
American Beauty, still up there. L.A. Confidential. American History X. That's a good one. That's crime drama. That's Edward Norton. That's a good movie. Damn it. I hope that's it. But we shouldn't ask it. That's a good one. The Sixth Sense is still in there. That's no. Did you ask about?
No Bruce Willis, right?
You already asked about Bruce Willis.
I think you asked about Bruce Willis.
I didn't ask no goddamn Bruce Willis. I don't know who the fuck. I didn't ask shit about Bruce Willis.
I think I might have.
Did you?
The
Did he ask about Bruce Willis? Well, ask about Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, and the Green Mile. Well, no, it can't be Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's not Tom. It's definitely not Tom Hanks.
Well, yeah, because he said no.
Yeah, he said no.
Ooh, what about the Hurricane with motherfucking Reuben Hurricane Carter? Goddammit. He said Denzel.
Yeah, I said Denzel.
No Denzel. Okay, that's out. No. Damn, that's a good
movie.
What
about
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe.
Wait, make sure Russell Crowe's in some movies in the 90s.
Yes.
You sure?
I believe so. Oh, shit. What's his name from Groundhog's Day? But he's comedy, so
You're only thinking about comedy.
You keep going comedy, bro. You said Will Smith already, didn't you? So it's not Enemy of the State.
action drama.
Ooh, it can't be Apollo 13, is it? Who's in that bitch? It's not a comedy.
I'm about to guess, bro.
Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Was this movie made in 1997?
Yes. That's 15.
Okay. Motherfucker.
Don't be laughing and shit if you don't know it. I swear to God, if you guess wrong, I'm gonna be mad. You got the year down. Don't guess comedy. There's Good Will Hunting. Didn't we already say Leonardo DiCaprio?
Titanic.
I asked Leonardo DiCaprio already.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, do we ask Will Smith? That's Men in Black. That was 1997.
That's a comedy.
Yeah, it's an action comedy. Yeah, you're right.
It's a comedy.
Devil's Advocate.
What about John Travolta and Nicolas Cage?
But he said it didn't have Keanu Reeves in it.
But what about John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Nicolas Cage was the motherfucking man.
Okay,
in the 90s.
but we need a couple more.
That's two.
So let's do that. Face Off.
Don't pick no bullshit movies because if it's a bullshit movie,
I
I'm
did
not gonna
say
know it.
no.
Con Air. God damn it. That's fucking Nicolas Cage too. That son of a bitch. Oh my God. Jay's a fucking Nick Cage fan. And I don't blame him because he's awesome.
Did say.
We already said Bruce Willis.
Well, that's fucking.
Ask those two and then let's add. We got
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park came out in 1997?
Yeah.
What? You sure? I'm pretty sure that shit came out way before that.
Lost World or Jurassic Park.
Okay, The Lost World. I was about to say Jurassic Park came out way before that shit.
Lost World or Jurassic Park is 1997.
What about Jeff Goldblum?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Jeff Goldblum. What if we asked Jeff Goldblum, Nicolas Cage?
Air Force One. It's Harrison Ford. Yeah, this dude. What's the last dude? That's dude.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Nicolas Cage, Harrison Ford, and who was the other dude in Face Off? John Travolta. Are any of those people in it?
Jeff Goldblum, Nicolas Cage, and John Travolta.
And Nicolas Cage.
Two Nicolas Cages.
No. Jeff Goldblum, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, and who was the other one that you said? Harrison Ford.
No.
What the fuck, me?
What the fuck is going on?
I'm about done.
Bro, what's the fucking good actor name?
Fuck the actor. We're clearly not getting the actor.
Yeah.
Let's figure out the fucking movie. Clearly it was made in 1997. Jesus fuck me.
Oh, shit.
Craving some goddamn Doritos right now, and we fucking struggling.
Y'all gonna be mad?
What do you mean we're gonna be mad?
Y'all gonna be mad.
Fuck you, bro. You said it wasn't animated, and ain't got none of these bitches in it.
No,
It's not a comedy.
Is this movie a sci-fi or drama, or thriller?
Yes.
What'd they help us with? It's like, what are you thinking? Because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You got 2 questions and a guess left.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen that shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
I ain't never seen that goddamn movie. Guess it. Fuck it.
No, we got 2 guesses.
You got 2 questions and a guess.
Sci-fi, action, or thriller. Sci-fi, drama, or thriller.
Could still be Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Could still be Jurassic Park, bro.
Yeah, ask about Jurassic Park. Ask about planes. I don't fucking know, dude.
Just guess some shit.
Because I don't want to guess because there's only one guess and that's the only thing.
No, I don't guess. I'm just saying ask questions. Does the movie involve goddamn animals?
No. Dinosaurs.
Or animals?
Dinosaurs, animals, or...
Dinosaurs are animals.
Okay. So...
What? You want to be in it? Does it involve dinosaurs, animals, or birds? What?
Doesn't involve...
Bro, it's Jurassic Park.
Fifth Element might
it's
be
goddamn
right.
Jurassic Park.
It's not a comedy.
It can't be goddamn Fifth
established.
Element.
It's not a comedy.
We already said Bruce Willis.
Yeah, we did say Bruce Willis.
No, we already said Jeff Goldblum too. Is that The Lost World?
Fifth Element, action, adventure, and sci-fi. So,
but we said Bruce Willis.
But we did say Bruce Willis.
He's in it.
It's
not Jurassic Park because we said Jeff Goldblum.
L.A. Confidential.
And fuck him.
Drama is a Titanic, but it's not Leonardo. So
did we say Leonardo?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We did.
Okay.
So it can't be Good Will Hunting either because I mean it might be.
What's Tomorrow Never Dies? Is that 007?
Maybe. So let's do Matt Damon. Does this have Matt Damon? Does it have
who's the guy who plays James Bond? Pierce Brosnan. Is that his name?
And then what's the woman from Alien?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, does it have those bitches in it?
Was she in Resurrection?
We don't know. We've never seen it.
So does it have Sigourney Weaver, Matt Damon, or Pierce Bronson?
Yes.
Yes.
God damn it.
You got one question and a guess.
It's 007, bro. Or it's Alien.
Yeah.
What was the other guy you guessed?
Matt Damon.
I ain't guessing shit with Matt Damon. Fuck him. If you're white, you're Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon, Sigourney Weaver. So,
Tomorrow Never Dies. James Bond. 007.
So, does this movie have Robin Williams?
He's a fucking comedian. Where are you getting that?
Good Will Hunting. This is Good Will Hunting.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, what the fuck, bro? Yeah. I ain't never seen that goddamn movie. I was like, man, you might be guessing a goddamn comedian and this shit.
Come down to the wire.
Yes.
All you had left was a guess.
Yes.
Good job, guys. Good job.
It wasn't a good job.
The Bears are still undefeated.
It wasn't a good job.
If you would like to suggest a movie for 21 questions, or should just suggest a movie that you want us to review, like Jermaine did from Lebanon, we'll be taking that into consideration and doing that very soon. So just send us a message at rerealreels@gmail.com or get in our DMs at WeRealReels on Instagram. That's going to be it for us, guys. Grizzly?
Bro, Jermaine, hey, that was a hard one, bro. You got us, man. That was
Yeah, that was Jay.
That was Jay.
That was Jay?
Yeah, that was Jay.
Oh, my bad. I thought his name was Jermaine.
You got to lay off the fucking shrooms.
Yeah, you almost got him, Jay.
Jay, you almost got me, bro. That was great, but we defeated you.
The Bears.
So, hey, let's keep on moving up, baby. Let's go.
All right, Bowler.
I'm not talking shit. We struggled with that one. Good job, Jay. We struggled real bad with that one. I'm hungry. I want some Doritos. So, good job, Jay. You did good. You know, you almost got us. But everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and go fuck yourselves.
All right, guys, that'll be it from us at We Real Reels. Holly jolly, and keep on reeling.